We'll do a test. Everybody say, "Yup," as soon as you see Mel hit start.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
Yep. Just saw it.
Fantastic. And as for stream, the Twitch stream still there. It goes. Stream just finished. Stream just clicked.
Yep. And I was able to find where all the stuff I needed to delete to fully reset everything, and also make sure to turn off Stream's Cloud. Choose color. Is there a gold? Give me gold. Yes, there is gold. Yes.
Well, we can do this. We'll just play our own background music.
So, does it matter what color your name is? Is that
Left
part
click
of
or
like,
enter
the
to
whole
advance,
story?
space to
No,
advance.
that's just more of a preference thing.
Because you never know.
Will Twitch get the music at least?
Menu, F
Twitch is getting music, yes. We just can't listen to it ourselves, otherwise we're going to hear ourselves.
Okay.
If I can move that off my screen. There we go.
Folks, let us know if our sound balance is good.
Yeah, can you hear everybody? I hope so.
Yes.
At the moment, I'm not hearing any audio from the game, actually. Is it quiet at the moment?
Yeah, it was quiet. It was quiet. The year is
is
20XX. Because it's always an XX.
Oh, yeah, there's music. Good.
Only recently has humanity discovered a portal that leads into a different world, populated with a race of intelligent, talking dragons. I was one of the few to travel to this world. But maybe I should start at the beginning. It all began when we discovered a strange device in the middle of nowhere during one of our expeditions. A portal.
Ooh.
I had heard about similar technology before, though that had been more on an experimental level. From what I knew, other portals had been created in the past, and were under construction for mass application. As for this one in particular, though, we did not know who had built it, nor when, or why we found it in the wilderness where we did. What was more exciting to us was the fact it was functional. After our first tests, we found there was someone else on the other side who was in possession. Thanks for the bits, Aeros. Who's also in the stream. Anyways, we found there was someone else on the other side who was in possession of a similar portal. And our attempts at communication through letters were successful. But in the end, the machine's extraordinary demand for power meant we need to act quickly, as we wouldn't be able to keep the portal open much longer. When we made this known to the other side, we received a very unexpected reply. A letter of invitation. After some deliberation, it was decided to accept their hospitality and send a person to the other side. There was an individual who took the job almost immediately. There's our partner. Riva is Querido. I'm gonna butcher that pronoun. At least I only have to say Reza afterwards, but the last name, if it ever comes up again, I'm gonna butcher it again. I knew him, or rather, had known him. We attended the same school back then, and even had a few classes together. We never really were very close friends, but we talked to each other occasionally and hung around with the same crowd sometimes. However, we still went our separate ways in the end. I wasn't sure what to think about the whole thing, but he had to have known what he was doing. He certainly was brave. Either that, or just very, very foolish. While I wasn't sure which, his courage was applauded by others. After all, he couldn't have possibly known. I believe that was a donation beep. I remember. Yeah, that was a donation beep.
Thank you, Nora.
Thank you. It doesn't. Unfortunately, it doesn't pop up. I thought, but bot would show it, but I guess it didn't in the chat.
I'm terribly sorry, Mel. Can you just buy me like 10 seconds? I need to run downstairs, make sure that I got something in the door.
Oh, sure. Yeah, give it 10 seconds. Rieza? I always put...
Riza.
Right, I always put...
I called it Riza. I don't know why.
I always say Reza.
For folks who joined us a little bit late and stayed through the technical process, part of the process of doing this stream tonight is, if you have a couple bucks, put in a couple of them towards paying off Mel's student debt. That's what we're working on.
Yes, please. So no one's forcing you. As long as you enjoy the stream and the shenanigans, we'll be good.
Dawnbreaker's icon stream bean keeps changing.
Yeah, that happens. That's intended.
Yes, it's TF icon.
I'm back. I just realized left medication in the car. That's not a good idea.
Oh yeah, that's
there.
not a good idea.
Yeah.
Especially not in this weather. Anyways.
Yeah.
Anyways, after all, he couldn't possibly have known who or what would await him at the other end of the portal. And if he did meet someone there, who knew what kinds of intentions they might have? Not that any speculation on our part would have made a difference. When the day finally came, through he went, with applause echoing across the area. Equipped with only the clothes he wore, his multi-tool, a gun, and a device on his wrist that acted as a PDA. Then we waited. The crowd that was applauding him slowly dispersed when the enthusiasm died down, as there was nothing for us to do but wait and speculate. Approximately 8 hours later, we received our first message from him. While we had assumed the portal led to another in a different country, or maybe on a different continent, the reality turned out to be much more foreign. The situation you described to us was so outlandish that we initially took it as a joke, and unfortunately, our narrator spoiled it at the beginning, but a very bad joke, maybe, with even worse timing and no punchline at all. It soon became clear to us, though, that we may just have made one of the most important discoveries since the dawn of mankind. Finding the portal had been remarkable in itself, but this took it to a completely different level. But what he had described about the place, or more accurately, its inhabitants, we surmised it could not be part of Earth at all. We called them dragons, because according to Reza, whoever... I'm sticking with Reza. That's what they were, or at least what they resembled most. Even though we found it hard to believe, it had been these dragons who sent us all the letters. And what Reza found on the other side of the portal was a whole civilization of them. They could talk, write books, had buildings and electricity. In many ways, their society was actually very similar to our own. So, who were they? And where was this place? Could they be aliens?
Alien Dirks.
Our speculations led us to conclude otherwise. After all, we knew about the existence of thousands of planets, millions of light years away, that may have been theoretically habitable, yet even then we had never found conclusive proof in regards to actual alien life forms. Some people brought up quantum mechanics and parallel universes, but in the end, all of this was just conjecture and ultimately fruitless endeavor. Since we neither had the means nor the resources to explore these possibilities in greater detail. I think there's just one more thing worth mentioning before I move on.
Much better
Wait,
handwriting.
a new follower has got to ask me a point.
Yeah.
Saren, thank you so much for the follow. I think the previous isolation had been mutual. They hadn't known about any other intelligent life form beyond their own. Their portal had only recently been discovered, and was a technology previously unknown to them. And just as we had myths about dragons, they had myths about us. That was what we knew about them so far. And, as interesting as learning those things and debating their cultural significance was, we didn't really know what we should make of it all. Riza apparently was sure of what he was doing, though, as he eventually let us know that they had agreed on a trade. We were to give them a few of our PDA devices, which contained vast amounts of knowledge, dwarfing even that of encyclopedias. In return, they would supply us with generators. Overall, they didn't seem as technologically advanced as we had been, but they did surpass us in one aspect. Their means of generating energy seemed sustainable. Not only that, but evidently also quite efficient. We certainly would be able to put technology like that to good use, and trading mere past knowledge of the human race for something more tangible was a good call on his part. That is where I came in. My prior experience in both biology and sociology made me a good fit to deliver our PDA devices for the trade. And while in the Dragon's world, waiting for the prototypes of our generators to be manufactured by them, I would act as an ambassador on humanity's behalf. What a way to make a first impression by a display of mutual goodwill. Everyone benefits, and everyone goes home happy. All is well. At least, that was the plan. Despite the images that living, talking dragons might conjure up in some people's minds, I didn't even think of bringing a weapon myself, considering that they were reportedly friendly and peaceful enough. There was no need for me to fear potential ill intentions like Reza did when he had stepped into unknown territory, and acting as humanity's ambassador. I had to do my best to uphold a high standard in fostering this diplomatic relationship. When the time came for me to step through the portal, all my mental preparedness vanished. My anxiousness was fueled by all the questions lurking in my head, just as the machine started to do its work. Would it hurt? Who would I meet on the other side? What if they really weren't so friendly and just made Reza write all those letters, with the pretense of appearing friendly, only to lure us into the den of man-eating monsters and certain doom, with us ending up as nothing more than a tasty afternoon snack? Maybe I should have bred a weapon after all. Suddenly, I felt a shiver coursing through my whole body and beyond when I disintegrated, even as if every cell, every atom on my body was torn from me and pulled into a different direction. That's teleportation technology for you.
That's pretty.
I saw darkness and light, repeating patterns in the stars as I traveled, and images rapidly flashed before me of things unseen and unspoken, but both horrifying and beautiful. It was an experience unlike any other, yet over in just a split second. Then it was dark. I can only see a patch of a lighter color contrasting with its dark surroundings as my vision started to clear. Its edges got sharper as the patch of light slowly took shape, giving me the distinguished outline of a reptilian head and an array of horns spouting from it.
Here comes our first character.
The best one. It was a dragon. And as I could now see, a dragon who not only had a pair of round glasses, but also wore a burgundy tie around its neck. Dav, you're up.
Ooh. In the name of our people, I bid you welcome. If I may introduce myself, I am Remy, your guide and ambassador, a representative of our council.
The dragon spoke. It was the one thing to have heard and read about this, but something else entirely. To have one standing in front of me, in flesh and blood, and tongue. It was good that all my mental preparedness had disappeared when I was teleported, because nothing could have prepared me for this.
Sorry, I imagine you must still feel the effects of the teleportation. Drowsiness or weakness is not unusual. As for fainting and spontaneous emptying of your bowels, bladder, or stomach, how do you feel?
Rendered speechless. I had totally forgotten that I was shouldering the burden of representing my people to them as well. So much for being professional. But at least he gave me a good excuse for my blunder. I think I'm alright.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Maybe we should go before it gets too dark. Come with me, please.
Sure, then I collapse.
Yeah, this is fine. I'm just.
So, I followed the dragon, not straying too far from him, as the sun had already departed for the day, and the remaining light diminished by the minute. It's getting hard to see where I'm going.
Oh, sorry about that. But we have good reason to schedule your arrival like this. We did not want you to be ambushed by a crowd, so we did our best to keep your exact time and date of arrival a secret.
Not my first time, not a few people's first time, but it's definitely Dav's first time. And
It's my first time.
And Corgi's first time, and Jordan's first time as well.
Yep, so I'm winging it. So apologies if I'm getting him a little off character.
Yeah, and my first time with this game as well.
Yes, Don's first time as well, too.
I think out of everybody here, it's just Mel, myself, and Sky that has played this.
Yes, no spoilers from the peanut gallery, please. Oh, thanks. I suppose an event like this would make me a celebrity of sorts. It would be the same if one of you came to us.
That's quite the understatement. Some people here are rather superstitious. They might regard you as any kind of as divine, I suppose?
Really? How so? Really, sis? You're going for the clue joke?
The butler always does it.
It's always the butler.
I am the butler.
We do have certain myths that involve humans and such. Oh, I suppose the history lesson will have to wait for another time. Here we are.
By this point, it had gone so dark that I could barely make out the building before us. I briefly wondered whether they might have streetlights elsewhere, or if they just did not require any due to possible enhanced eyesight or night vision. I could vaguely see the dragon, his light color still visible in the blackness, then engulfed the area. Rear up and manipulate the door handle with one of his forepaws. Hinges creaking, the door opened, and, with a flick of a switch, the apartment was flooded with light, blinding me after all the time we had just spent without it. Ah, my eyes!
This is where you will live for the time being. It's fully stocked, but in case you need anything else, I left you a note with a few phone numbers. It is getting rather late, so if you will have to take my leave for now. In any case, someone will come and meet you in the morning.
Thank you, Remy. Have a good night.
Until we meet again.
With a nod, Remy left the apartment, mindful enough to close the door behind himself. Surveying the room, I considered the events that had just transpired as my gaze met the window. And yeah, whoever designed it didn't think about designing the furniture for dragony people's
Yeah, they
mind.
What the couches make sense, but they could have made the armchair dragon friendly.
Well, was it designed for the human to live there?
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Head wave. I could see movement outside, and as I drew nearer, startled, I could hear footsteps in the grass, moving away quickly. Assuming it must have been the dragon I just met, I thought nothing of it as I went to bed, and slowly succumbed to the sweet allure of sleep overdue. I spent a few moments thinking about my role, my mission, and what it meant to be here now. I felt the responsibility placed on my shoulders. Now, here I was, a stranger in a strange land, as I only began to feel the weight of the burden that lay upon me, the pressure of my task, and the expectations I would have to meet in representing a species, culture, and civilization. So many would depend on it, yet I did not even know where the only human contact I had currently was. I was alone. Chapter 1.
Aww, Hatchy!
Little tarot cards.
Hatchy!
Says Inception.
Hatchy!
Yes.
Okay.
Pat's a dab. I awoke from uneasy dreams, looking at an unfamiliar ceiling. Just for a moment, I wondered where I was before the events of last night all came back to me. After a good stretch, I looked around the room, illuminated by the sunlight coming in from the window. Outside, in the distance, the portal I had emerged from proudly stood on the peak of a small hill. Getting ready, I noticed something lying on the table. It was the note Remy had left for me in case I needed anything. Along with his own home phone and work number, there were also some numbers for delivery of food and other necessities, as well as emergency and even janitorial services. He had certainly thought of everything, even though I now had to wonder what a dragon plumber might look like. My musings were interrupted when the doorbell rang. When I opened the door, I was met by another dragon. Dronon!
So this is me.
Sebastian!
Yes, this is Sebastian.
Hello, you must be Mel. I'm Sebastian, and I'll be your escort or security, I suppose. Usually I work for the police, though. Nice to meet you.
He seemed a lot smaller than Remy, and he was somewhat nervously extending his arm towards me. I noticed he apparently only walked on his hind legs. The two forelimbs, instead of having distinct arms. Hold on a sec, I need water.
Hydrate the mills.
My tongue was getting stuck in my mouth. I noticed he apparently only walked on his hind legs. The two forelimbs, instead of having distinct arms, hands, and fingers. I gave him a shake of his hand. When I took his hand into mine to shake it gently, I could feel the individual bumps and scales on his rough skin. Nice to meet you, Sebastian. So, where are you taking me?
Right to business, eh? Well, we're gonna visit the plant where they're making your generators. They have some news for you, or so I've heard.
I'll save the kissing for another run.
Razor will be there too.
Sounds great.
Just follow me.
While we walked, I was under the impression we were purposely avoiding the busier parts of the town, instead of straying towards the edges and small alleys, as to not garner too much attention. Even then, we got the occasional stare. After just a couple minutes, we arrived at our destination, where we were met by Reza, as well as yet another dragon, a vicious-looking beast that didn't stay too close to him.
Ah, yes, Maverick.
Crap, I'm forgetting who I was gonna get to play Reza and who was gonna get to play Maverick for this part. All right. I was planning to throw Dawn at Reza for this part.
Okay. Hey.
Reza, long time no see.
How true it is. Good to finally see another human face around here. What a coincidence to have you, of all people, show up.
Yeah, I guess those degrees aren't so useless after all. Unlike my real life ones, but that's the point. By the way, who's your friend?
Just my bodyguard, same as yours. Don't bother with him, he doesn't talk much.
He looks grumpy.
Oh, that's mean. I bet he went in fighting us fine, though. That's mean.
That's what he always looks like. And yes, that does mean he's always grumpy.
The two dragons exchanged a few words, and as I met the gaze of the larger Sneberus dragon, a few paces from us, Sebastian turned towards me and spoke up again. Dronon?
Hey, Mel, this is Maverick.
Nice to meet you. Okay, who wants to do Maverick for this part?
Sky, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Whoa, you were super quiet,
Wow,
Sky.
you're 8.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Trying to change settings. No, it's at maximum already.
Oh, you're getting louder now.
Well,
You're still pretty darn faint.
Mm-hmm.
I can't watch your stream on my main system, so I had to boot up my spare system just to watch it.
Ooh.
Mm.
I'll see if I can change my volume settings.
I got it. If we have Don doing Res, Aeros, how about you do Maverick? You can do a deep voice.
Alright.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Just don't expect me to give you special treatment like everyone else is. It will be good.
What are you talking about?
So you're saying you haven't noticed the stairs and how they all treat you like like you're like oh Jesus. Let me try that again.
It's okay.
So you're saying you haven't noticed the stairs and how they all treat you like you're the next Messiah or something?
No, I just thought...
We're not the ones making a big deal out of this. You are. We're just here to get what we agreed on, and then it will be gone. If anything, I'd actually prefer it if you left us alone. But you're the one who insists on following them around and me around everywhere I go.
A growl escaped the darker dragon's trembling lips as he bared his teeth at Reza. Well, Keld and You could next time we do this, we could have you jump in. But yeah, for now let's keep going. Oh, Dronon.
Alright, that's quite enough. Let's just all go inside already, shall we?
After you. The crisis was quickly averted as we entered the building, which was characterized by its many floors, high ceilings, and long, narrow hallways as Sebastian led us to our destination. Oh, Corgi. I'll throw you here at this one.
Corgi?
I'm here. I just muted myself so I wouldn't interrupt anybody.
You're good.
There you are. I was waiting for you.
And here's Anna.
Well, she's cute.
Wait a minute. I thought we were going to meet the guys from production. What are you doing here?
They're only coming in later today, so just have to, make do with me.
I see. Well, Mel, this is Anna. She kinda manages this building, although actually she's more involved with the research wing rather than production and engineering.
Well, it's nice to meet you.
My pleasure. I was something for you. By the way, I'll take them a while to make all the generators you promised, but we got one for you here. Here, feel free to send it home and, give it a test.
Ah, that's great. I'll take it.
Yoink.
Looks a little small if you ask me.
Don't underestimate its power. Oh, and be careful. Don't drop it.
Sure. I'll be waiting outside while you do your thing, though.
I suppose I'll wait for you outside as well.
What thing?
Oh, have you brought the PDA?
Oh, of course. Here you go.
All right, now, let me get this thing a test run. Okay.
The PDA lit up as her hand swiftly moved around its interface, in calculated motions.
Oh, by the way, would you consider letting me run some tests on you as well? It only take, a drop of your blood.
What? Why?
I work in biology, so obviously this kind of thing will be very interesting to us. I'll share the results with you, of course.
Sure. Why not?
Great!
She was quick to produce a small device from a drawer, which, from a glance, reminded me a lot of. Restart. She was quick to produce a small device from a drawer, which, from a glance, reminded me a lot of a test tube.
Now, if you just give me your hand, please.
As I reached out to her, she took my hand into hers before she pressed the device into the back of my hand. I winced in pain as pain jolted through my hand. Something sharp drove itself through my skin, and shortly afterwards, a droplet of blood was sucked into the tube attached to the small needle.
Thanks.
You're welcome? System, you gave Anna your blood.
Looks like your PDA is good. By the way, we're just about done here. And since you're both in biology, it would be interesting if you want to meet sometime as well. Here, let me give you my number.
Alright.
See you soon.
Well, that was interesting.
Did she ask you for your blood too?
Yeah.
Did you give it to her?
I'm gonna be honest and say yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's your choice. Got no idea what they might do with it, though.
Well, I'm getting hungry. How about some breakfast?
I'm all for it. I can't stand early mornings like this.
That shouldn't be a problem. There's a cafe not far from here. What do you say, Mappers?
I wouldn't mind grabbing a bite myself.
Well, that settles it then.
Just don't bite me, please.
Nom.
Luckily for us, the cafe was mostly empty when we arrived, as it was still pretty early in the day. Reza was quick to lead me to a table for two, prompting the dragons to get one of their own at the other side of the restaurant.
Okay, now I have to complain. The tables are all human tables. Not a dragon. No dragon can sit in those chairs. Come on.
Finally. I can't stand that guy being on my tail all the damn time.
But you don't have a tail. Maybe he just likes you a lot.
You're,
We were approached by an individual who appeared to be the waitress of the cafe. She was an interesting-looking dragon who, unlike the others I had seen so far, was more akin to a wyvern, possessing two rather large wings as her forelimbs, which resembled those of an oversized bat. Oh, here is our other female character.
Okay. Do you want me to try this one too?
Sure.
What's her personality? Let me see here.
She's friendly and chipper.
Okay. Oh, yeah, let's see, humans.
Oh, it's a dragon!
Oh gosh, that was a good one. Welcome to our establishment. My name is it Adeline? Or is it
Adine. Adine.
Adine. My name's Adine, and I'll be your waitress for today. Now, what can I get you two sweeties?
How about some scrambled eggs and bacon?
Yeah, me too. Just make it quick.
Sure thing. 2 scrambled eggs and bacon. Coming right up.
Go and ask where the eggs and bacon come from.
I was about to say, I'll just quietly stand over here then.
Just hand wave.
Don't eat the bacon.
As I was saying, if you look at the big picture, don't you think there's just something off about this whole place? Where is it, really? If it's supposed to be a completely separate place from Earth, or even a different dimension, some things just don't add up. Don't you think so too?
The chairs. The chairs don't add up.
Let me just grab my tinfoil hat real quick.
Of course. Look, I've been here much longer than you have. Keep your eyes open. Maybe you'll see it soon enough. I can't really say much more with you-know-who over there. He's probably listening to us right now.
Oh, this is purely a visual novel there, Firewing. There isn't any actual gameplay. This is purely visual novel.
Is there kissing?
I mean...
It's implied.
Creative use of
It's-
fade to black.
It's safe enough for Twitch.
Kissing or licking?
Lem lem.
Yes.
Lem lem lem.
Yes. Anyways. Yeah, he is a charming fellow there. When I let my gaze wander, I saw that Maverick was looking in my direction. Our eyes met briefly, his expression not showing any discernible emotion. While I wondered whether it had just been a coincidence, or if he was really able to hear us from a distance.
I do have some theories, and if I'm right, we might be in trouble.
What kind of trouble? What are you talking about?
Shh. Quiet. I'll let you know more as soon as I can. But for now, let's just play along. After all, we already have one of these babies.
He patted the generator box for emphasis.
God knows we need them.
Oh, here she comes. The female returned, astounding me with her ability to balance the dishes on the edges of her wings. She placed her forelimbs on the table and proceeded to move the dishes from her wing to us, with a gentle push of her snout.
All right, there you go, boys. Enjoy.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.
I was wondering what kind of breakfast could be had in a place like this, but I was pleasantly surprised to find it was quite as I was used to. The only real difference was that they apparently didn't use cutlery. When the waitress brought meals to the two dragons across the cafe and exchanged a few words with them, Reza leaned forward and whispered something to me.
Look, I'll send you a letter with a coded message later. You'll know what to do.
Reza rose from his seat before he made it known to me that he still had a few things to do and left the restaurant, followed shortly after by the larger of the two dragons. Zoom!
Dick move.
Well, laters. I wasn't in a hurry, so I spent a few more minutes in contemplation while I looked out the window and finished my breakfast. Not that this whole situation was already bizarre enough. There was also now the vague sense of danger conveyed by Rez's earlier words. I did not even have an idea what kind of threat might be lurking out there. Eventually, I got up, ready to be on my way for whatever else the day might bring.
Are you done?
Here I am.
How'd you like it?
It was alright.
Glad you enjoyed it. Just wait outside and I'll handle the rest here.
Sure thing. I stepped outside, taking in the scenery of the strangely familiar world. In the short time I was here, I had already found the similarities between their world and our own utterly fascinating. After all, we were talking about an unmapped place with a never-before-seen form of life. As far as discoveries were concerned, even something as simple as a new unicellular organism, or even bacteria, would have been remarkable. Yet, here I was, standing in the middle of a village, evidently built by this race of intelligent, talking dragons, with a society not unlike our own. Reza didn't seem to share the same interest, instead was more smitten with the generator. But, given our reasons for coming here in the first place, I couldn't blame him for his enthusiasm being focused on something else. My thoughts were interrupted as something zipped past me, just a little too close, causing me to stumble back. It was a rather small dragon with a bag clamped to its maw, who apparently had somewhere to be. Little pink draggy.
Oh, that's a cutie.
I regained my footing as I watched it disappear into the distance. Even though I had seen enough dragons to recognize their variations in size, color, and other attributes, I guess this one must have been a juvenile of its species. Shortly afterwards, Sebastian joined me outside, having taken care of the tab.
I gave her a generous tip on your behalf. Hope you don't mind.
Oh, how nice of you.
In any case, now that you've given us the PDA and Reza has the generator, you're free for today. So if you want to go anywhere in particular, let me know, or I could show you around town.
I was tempted to be given a tour, but considering Reza's words, I wanted to be careful and not stray too far without knowing more about this world first. I think I'll stay home for today. I still have to get used to everything, you know?
I'll just accompany you back then. There we are.
Home sweet home. For now, at least.
Well, if you need anything, I'll be outside until my shift ends. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks. See you tomorrow.
See ya.
Zoom. I hadn't really looked at the apartment much, so I spent the rest of the day investigating it and relaxing. I considered checking out some of the phone numbers Remy had left me, but I thought it was better to keep a low profile for now. I found the kitchen fully stocked up with plenty of groceries, though the variety was wasted on me. I hadn't been a particularly great cook in the first place, but what was more, I didn't even recognize some of the things I found here. Whether they were edibles that we had back home that I just didn't know about, or something completely alien, I wasn't sure. But I didn't want to take the risk of eating anything I didn't know. After all, it was possible that some of the comestibles might be fine for them to eat, but still be poisonous to us. I was also glad to find a shelf that was filled to the brim with a variety of books. While I found the subject matter of man, myth, or reality to be quite intriguing, I had to give up after just a few pages due to its exceptionally dry writing style, which I wasn't inclined to enjoy at the moment. In the end, I settled for an adventure novel about a dragon archaeologist who stumbles upon the remains of a long-lost human civilization, after which she is hunted by an evil organization who wants to use the found magical artifacts for its own nefarious purposes. While entertaining, I had to admit that it reminded me a little too much of the trashy novels we had at home. I certainly found it amusing that certain tropes were not really unique to us as a species, though I wondered whether this kind of literature had fallen into disfavor here as it had back where I'd come from. I was reading a particularly exciting scene in which the hero, Sheridan, uses one of the magical artifacts shaped like a pair of human hands holding a scepter with a globe at the top to prevent herself from being crushed.
OMG, I haven't seen this game in a long time.
Thanks for the bits, Celestial Ringcord, and yes, this game is a pretty old game. Well, according to gaming standards. Crushed and ground into a bloody pulp by an ancient human temple's moving walls, when I suddenly heard the doorbell ring. Ding dong. Oh, and there's the meat. There's our delivery boy. Right. Who did I say could do Lemmy? I forgot.
I think it sounds like a Davwyn character.
I can give it a shot.
Sure, go for it.
What's he like?
He's being chipper, I'd say.
Yes, he's just in adulthood. Memory serves.
I've just been eating a bunch of crackers. Let's see if I can actually do this. Well, hello there. Could you please sign here?
I'm not signing away my rights with this, am I? Dev?
I've got a letter for you. It requires a signature confirmation.
I see. Looking over the clipboard the small dragon was holding up to me, I saw that the sender of the letter in question was Reza. Oh, well, there you go.
I'm Lauren, by the way. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
Oh, Dronon.
Oh, what is this about?
I'm just making small talk.
Wait a minute. I recognize you. You try to do the same thing with Reza. Maybe I should report you to your superiors for your inappropriate behavior toward your clients.
But it's important. Please, let me just speak with Mel for a few minutes.
You know how it is. If you want an interview with one of the humans, you'll have to get permission from the proper authorities.
Help me out here, Mel. As an ambassador, you care about the accurate portrayal of humans in the media, don't you? Then you should talk to me. Otherwise, someone else will fill in the blanks, and who knows what they'll come up with.
Yes, let's not be Fox News here.
Let me show you something.
Oh, this is not the time for that. Oh, god damn it. Why did I put that there? I forgot. Fine, fine. Nora redeemed a, Alright. You could have saved it to a more appropriate part, but fine. Here we go. Hold on, I have to move the mic closer because I've been told that people don't really hear it. Ara. Damn, sis.
What does aura mean?
It's like a my or along those lines. It's an anime trope.
Oh, it's an anime thing. Okay.
You had me there too, but okay.
Oh, I got my shiny at the ready. Oh.
So you just go ara? It's like hello?
You have to do it sensually though. You have to go ara.
Can I give it a try?
Sure.
Ara? Did I do it right?
Close enough.
You did it fine.
Okay.
Typically done by an older female towards a younger male, making them uncomfortable.
Yes.
Oh, that was fun.
Yes, it's an anime trope. That kind of anime.
Messenger Dirk.
Anyways, the small dragon opened his bag, rummaging through a number of letters and small packages.
I just noticed he's wearing horn rings as well. They look like little belts. I think I lost it. Anyway, I wanted to show you some pictures of what people think humans look like. On some of them, they have 4 heads and look nothing like you. It's crazy.
Hydra human. What are you, Lorem? A reporter?
No, I'm just...
You want me to remove him, Mel?
Is what he's saying true?
Yeah, I guess.
I see. That sounds pretty interesting, though. I just hope they don't have human tars.
Or noodle humans?
Oh god, no. Alright. You can leave your number here, and maybe I'll call you later. But that's all I can promise.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
He quickly produced a small sheet of paper and scribbled his number on it. Afterwards, he sheepishly presented it with both hands.
You got what you wanted. Off you go now.
Look at him go, wee! Eee!
Sorry about that.
Oh, don't worry about it.
I guess that should be all. I'll see you tomorrow then.
Right. With all the commotion, I almost forgot that I was still holding Reza's letter. Within the plain envelope was a singularly plain sheet of paper with his handwriting. When I started reading, however, I saw that his wording was so full of pleasantries I knew he hated, that I assumed every word of it was fake, as to conceal its true intent. He didn't mention I'd know what to do, but I was unsure of how I was supposed to decode the letter's secret message. I didn't remember ever having a conversation about this topic with him, yet he still relied on me to remember what it was that I was missing. Or he thought I would just be able to figure it out on my own. This is what it said. Hello, my dear friend. I hope this letter reached you swiftly and in good condition. Unfortunately, we were not able to catch up earlier, so I wanted to write you this letter. How have you been these last few years? How have you been doing? How's the family? I feel like there's so much we should talk about, since we have not seen each other much recently. At least we have a chance to do so in this form. Quite an exciting adventure we are on now, right? How have you liked it so far? Made any dragon friends yet? Haha. Anyways, I will be looking forward to your reply soon. Best regards, Reza. Various things came to mind. Only reading certain words or letters was the one I thought of immediately, but I couldn't make out anything after trying to find out a system within its array of layers and lines. Maybe I had to look more carefully. Look elsewhere, Prince? Or maybe he referred to the fact that we were both given an apartment, considering the things that provided it for us. Maybe I just had to find the right object to decode the message. There were many everyday items here, though, and of course, I still had no idea what in particular I was looking for. Honestly, it's been a long time, so I forgot. And even then, we could always come back to this later. This comes back again, because there's multiple ways to play through, multiple endings. All right. Oh, I did select the right one, right? Look in the kitchen. Or what's the? I thought it was the kitchen. Not look in the pantry. There's some fruits and veggies here. What did I do? Oh, right. Now I remember the lemon. Lemons! Of course. Why didn't I realize it sooner? Lemon juice is about the simplest way to write a hidden message using household items. We learned about that in chemistry. In the most boring detail, of course. A message written in lemon juice on paper becomes just about invisible to the naked eye when dried. But after heating it gently, oxidation occurs, making the message visible. I was sitting next to him in class when we learned that. He made a joke about using the method to cheat on the next test, and I replied by saying he'd have to bring an iron. Had he really expected me to remember a random chemistry class that happened years ago? But then, I did remember it after all. Meet me at the portal tonight, 10 p.m., was all the message said. I wasted a good amount of time, but I still had some left before I'd have to go out and meet Reza, so I decided to make some lunch. Is this actually a thing? Yes, it is, Celestial Record. It's something that actually it was kind of a big thing. A lot of people learned as kids, really. Like, I remember that being a kid thing.
Yeah, I learned that in middle school.
I don't think I've ever tried it.
I never tried it either. I just remember I learned about it. It was a big, like, secret kid spy thing.
Yeah, basically what's happening is when you put the lemon juice on the paper, when it dries out, all that acid is still there. It's just dry, so you can't really see anything. But because now you've made that part of the paper so ridiculously acidic, it's the first part of the paper to blacken.
Nope, it is not a fictional thing. That's the whole thing behind invisible ink, as it were.
There is also, of course, the disappearing ink, which is a blue ink that the blue dye breaks down in light. So you write on it, and then the light itself in the room burns it away.
The other way to do it is like if you have like a light that burns hard enough, you can also hold it above there, and you just get enough heat to get the message to appear. Because you don't need a lot. Because if you do too much,
Go ahead.
Because if you do too much, of course, you burn the paper.
Yeah, or you can just hold a piece of paper in front of a candle, and you can see it that way too.
Thank you, Aeros.
Yes.
Ooh, more biddies for Mel's.
Yes, more biddies from our friendly neighborhood Aeros.
Thank you, Blue Dirk.
Rar.
Anyways, num and lunch, num num num. Afterwards, I resumed reading my book about the continuing adventures of Sheridan and her exploits in destroying cultural artifacts. Yes, because you wouldn't want to preserve them. Let's destroy them. Let's smash them.
Sounds like a wonderful idea.
Let's pull a Lara Croft.
Yeah, so instead of an Indiana Jones or Lara Croft, it belongs in a museum. They go, it belongs under my feet.
I wonder if Sheridan also has the big jubilees like the Lara Croft too, but or maybe because the dragons of this world don't have those, maybe just huge hips, I guess.
Really long horns, big frills.
You can just take them out of their provenience and lose where they were found, and then they
Very
become
wide
hideous.
hips.
It could be that, or just a really nice chest plate, you know?
Really
can I say
nice
something?
Yes.
Okay, so I was watching the next episode of Miss Kovashi's Dragon Maid, and the new dragon explained why her gonzongas were so big. It's like, oh, these things? Oh, they're just my flame sacks. So is that the reason why dragons have big flame sacks is because when they transform, that's I guess the bigger their fire breath, the bigger their flame sacks.
God, that's what I'm calling my anthro chest from now on. I mean, they're gonna be my flame sacks.
I just want to interject with that because I thought that was hilarious.
I need that as a mission now. I need that as a fucking
Yeah, it's the new episode. It's like, well, that's why. Well, that makes perfect sense. Flame sacks, of course.
Second person in 10 minutes to tell me that.
Anyways, let's continue. Unsurprisingly, it came to a happy end, with the evil organization stopped in its tracks, at least for now. I thought the ending was deliberately left open for ambiguity, but when I turned the page and saw the advertisement for the next entry in this long-term running series of books, I realized all this had just been a ploy to set up the inevitable sequel. Luckily, the disappointment didn't last long, as I had to get going to meet Reza at the portal. When I got outside, it didn't seem quite as dark as it was when I arrived yesterday. I might have had difficulties finding my way otherwise, but I could still see the portal in the distance. As I was walking, I wondered if anyone was following me, but the land seemed oddly deserted. Was everyone already asleep? Eventually, I arrived at my destination. Reza was already standing idly by the portal, his fidgeting making it obvious that he had waited just for me.
Breaker?
Reza.
I was wondering whether you'd get it at all.
What did you expect?
Anyways, you know, what a wonderful night it is out here. Would you agree? Just look up at the stars. You can see them so clearly here, with all the pollution lingering in the air like back home. Almost as if we were looking right into the face of eternity itself. For so long, humanity thought we'd find aliens out there. Yet, after all these years, we found we were still alone in the universe. Turns out we were just not looking in the right place.
What's going on, Reza? Why did you call me here at this time?
For one, because we're sending the generator home.
Right. Before I was sent here, they told me they would limit the use of the portal as they couldn't afford to keep it open all the time. In order to keep in contact with us and to enable us to send things over to them, the portal would be open for just a quarter of an hour each day. Sending something back home wasn't really problematic for us, since the high energy expenditure associated with sending bigger objects only affected the sender, not the receiver. However, this also meant that until all business was concluded in regards to our trade with the PDAs and the generators, we were basically stuck here.
As for the other, do you know what this place is?
You said something about trouble. How many dangers are we in, really?
More than enough. I'm afraid this whole place will be gone soon. We better not be here when it happens.
What are you talking about?
I hoped you'd see it too. But then again, it took me a while to understand. And I had a head start on you. But in any case.
While he was speaking, my gaze wandered and fixed on some movement nearby. It was hard to make out anything, but I imagined it might have just been the wind blowing through the nearby shrubbery, except for the fact that there was no wind. Reza!
This might take a while to explain, but we've got the whole night.
Reza, look! He turned around to face whatever I was seeing. He sweated hard before he called out.
You! How dare you follow me, even here?
The disturbance came closer, until it became clear it was Maverick, who had hidden nearby to listen in on our conversation.
I knew you were up to no good. What were you talking about? What are you planning here? Some kind of attack?
Wait a minute. There's no reason for...
Don't try to deny it. I heard you both talking about it in the cafe, and I saw the letter. You think I couldn't smell the lemon on it? Pathetic. You have to come with me to the police station now. The both of you.
Come on. I think you're overreacting, but... I didn't skip. Reza, what are you doing?
Come on, Mel. We gotta get out of here.
In the dragon's side, I could see the wound where the bullet had penetrated its hide. A trickle of blood staining its dark scales and the earth beneath. Reza used the opportunity to run off in some direction. I wasn't sure which. I frantically scanned my surroundings looking for Reza, though he had already vanished into the darkness. What was I supposed to do? Run away as well? Help Maverick? I was just a diplomat. I had no idea what was happening. Suddenly, the dragon whipped around, hitting me in the guts with its thick tail. I was lifted off the ground briefly before I felt the impact of my body hitting the ground hard enough that my vision blurred almost immediately. A deafening roar battered my ears. Was this his cry for help? I could barely move, but I found it better not to try, as to not startle the wounded dragon more than he already was. It certainly would have ended badly for me if he tried anything. I heard him take a few unsure steps before he lay down on the ground, panting.
I'm still watching you, you know. And you better not move, for your own good. If I have to get up again and come after you in this condition, I can promise you I won't be nice.
It took a few minutes of listening to his labored breathing before someone arrived. It was 2 dragons. The first I recognized as Sebastian, the other I didn't know. Uh-oh. We might be in trouble with the voice acting already.
Standing by.
I heard Sebastian and Maverick exchange a few words when the stocky fellow approached me. There's Bryce!
Anyone in mind?
I think Bryce is Aeros, isn't it?
Yeah, that Bryce was originally my character.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hey, kid, you alright?
Yep, there's the dragon hunk that everyone loves. I'm still feeling a little dizzy. And I maybe broke a rib.
I'm Bryce, the chief of police in this town. Can you tell me what happened?
Risha shot Maverick and ran off.
Is that so?
His face was stern and seemingly lost in thought as I overheard Sebastian's conversation. Dronon.
Yeah, but you're the flyer on duty. We probably won't find him now. Not here in the darkness, at any rate.
Well, that's just brilliant.
What do you think, Chief?
Mel, can you walk?
You make Bryce sound like he's come out of a 1920s detective noir. I think that works.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Alright. Sebastian, take Mel to the apartment. Get us some help here for Maverick, and then we'll look for Reza.
Right on. Come on, Mel. I'll help you up.
I was still shaken up by the events I just witnessed when I arrived at my apartment. Not knowing anything better to do, I soon fell into a deep slumber. The next day, I awoke with many questions lingering in my head. I considered calling someone from the police department to ask about Reza and Maverick, but in the end, I decided against doing so, as I was sure they would contact me if they had anything to tell me. I knew it was no use worrying about it for now, so I settled for starting another book. It didn't take very long,
In a world of dragon.
Before the doorbell rang.
In a world full of dragons, and you keep reading books. Talk to the dragons!
Right?
Bryce, the chief of police, taken upon himself to escort me today? Oh, it's you again.
Are you surprised?
No, but I guess it'll mean bad news.
Afraid so. How you holding up?
Better than yesterday, that's for sure. I think I have all my bones intact. Ah!
Oh, wait, there's a rip. Let's go for a walk then, shall we?
I mean, honestly, if a dragon like Maverick did swing their tail at me like that, I would probably have at least one broken rib or something.
Oh no, you would have a handful. You would definitely have a handful.
Yeah.
Especially me. I am not built Tonka tough. Sure. This time, I was taken along a different route than yesterday, and I was quite sure there was more to this than just taking a walk. I'll just go ahead and guess you didn't find Reza.
Yeah, we hoped he would have came back on his own by now. Do you have any idea where he might be? Maybe he mentioned some sort of place in particular that holds some meaning to him?
Gil. You're
In
not
the protagonist's defense? You just got there a day ago. You don't even know the lay of the land. You've been to like 2 places in your apartment.
You've been vagabonding.
To be fair, Bryce doesn't know that. Bryce has never been around you yet.
Still.
Anyway,
I'm get some sort of intel.
anyways, I want to read what Kelton said in chat. You're not Tonka tough, just Mel enough.
Is chat just full of dragons?
Pretty much.
Yes, chat is full of dragons. Dragons are everywhere.
Dragons
my
are
God.
everywhere.
I think we're actually living the game.
To be fair, Reza has a gun.
What's that song? Jamie has a gun.
Reza has a gun.
So I gotta wonder, dragons probably don't have firearms in this universe, so I really have to wonder if Maverick goes, humans could do that?
I mean, you know what? If they have a mythology about humans, like, and they're supposed to be like godlike, maybe that's part of their godlike powers.
Well, I mean,
dragons have this fire breath and all this, and this human just stuck out its arm and made this horrific, loud bang sound and wounded poor Maverick. Maverick must be like, holy crap, some of these myths were true. Humans do shoot out of their arms.
well, actually, fun fact, dragons don't breathe fire in this. There is no fire breathing.
Oh.
Oh, no fire stacks. Oh.
Don't start with the fire stacks, god.
What, no breath competitions, aka kissing?
Oh god.
Oh god, Dev, you watched that. You were still in the room when we were watching it last night.
Yes, I sent the picture to everybody.
I saw the picture this morning. But it's like aggressive kissing? Question mark.
No furrowing, that's going too far. Oh god, now the chat's losing their minds.
Oh.
We lost the,
As expected.
we lost the thing.
What?
Just hit the
Wait,
refresh
what?
button.
Oh, that's probably just because I minimized to try to reply to something.
There you
There you go.
There we go.
Can you still see it if I do that?
It's blank now.
Good God, I can't even change window priority without it doing that. Okay, I'm just gonna stick it over here on this screen so I can click on Discord. There we go. If any window gets in front of this thing, it blanks on you.
Ah.
Anyways, let us continue. No, not really. We didn't get a chance to talk much at all yesterday before.
There's that too.
Yeah, the dragon's kissing joke is from Miss Mehlahphuse's Dragon Maid. That is correct, Celestia.
Yeah, they're having a breath duel, but it definitely looks like something else.
Yeah.
Dragon Awakening. I have no idea why Reza would have done anything like that. I had the impression that they weren't very fond of each other, but this... How is he... I'm sorry. How is he, by the way?
Oh, Maverick is doing fine. But there is plenty of blame to go around. You're right. They didn't particularly like each other. In his statement, Maverick says he suspected Reza of planning some sort of attack. Do you know anything about that?
No, he only told me something was going to happen. Not that he was planning anything. At least, that was the impression I got.
He's suspecting you too, by the way. That you both planned this all from the beginning.
No, that wouldn't make sense. Actually, none of this is making any sense. Why would you go through all the lengths of our agreement only to jeopardize it by doing something like this? You even already have our PDAs, and we don't have much to show for it yet. If we had any nefarious plans, this wouldn't have been a very good idea.
You have a good point. I believe you. But from our side, we only have Maverick's word on the whole matter. After all, he was the one who spent the most time with Reza since he arrived here. But even then, he didn't really have any reason to follow you yesterday, and his behavior was completely out of line. I'm just glad you came out of it fine.
Hey Ezo! Yes, Dragon Game. And now we have a crocodile joining us.
Yay!
Oh, hey, Azor.
If he wasn't on mandatory sick leave, he would be suspended right now. We'll have to wait until this whole thing is over before we decide what to do with him. I can assure you, this won't be taken lightly.
Maybe they both acted in the heat of the moment.
Well, maybe.
We still got quite a lot on our hands now, though. We have a wounded dragon and a missing human. This could lead to a diplomatic crisis.
Maybe Reza will still show up soon, and we can get all of this behind us.
I hope so, too. I really wouldn't want to jeopardize everything over this unfortunate incident.
Yeah. How about we both just keep quiet about this whole thing for now? After all, I don't think any of us wants our people panicking about this already, right?
I merely nodded in agreement. Oh, I know who's coming up now, I think. Or, no, wait. Eventually, we arrived at the police station, where the chief took my formal statement in regards to yesterday's events. He asked me about Reza and Maverick, too. Not that I knew much about everything that preceded yesterday's events, or the mysterious catastrophe Reza had mentioned. Afterwards, he thanked me and left to file my statement while I sat at it by his table, waiting and listening to the goings-ons of the small provincial town police department. When he returned, he was approached by someone who seemed to have urgent news. A lot of talking between the two ensued that I couldn't make up for my position. This went on for a bit, until Bryce returned to me.
Afraid I have more bad news for you. Reza has now officially become a murder suspect.
Murder?
We're heading to the crime scene, and hoped you'd come with us.
Me? A crime scene? I don't really know about much about forensics.
It's just that you're... It's just that you're the only link to Reza we have. Considering what he said would happen to us, it's all... Wow, I can't read. It's in all of our interests that we find him as soon as possible, and if he has anything to do with it, you might be able to help us find him. Your cooperation would certainly be appreciated, and it would be a nice gesture to show us that you're trustworthy in the eyes of those who might think otherwise after what happened yesterday.
Yay, Deej is free from work. Yay. Free from no wait, free from work. It's become our inside joke because Deej is one of Deej's main forms as a chocobo, and he often types work instead of works, so it just became a thing.
I'm gonna just slip away to refresh my drink.
Okay. Do you mind if we continue on?
Yeah, go right ahead. Obviously, wait for me if Remy comes up.
Yes.
Will you help us?
Alright, I'll help you. I suppose I don't really have much of a choice here. But you're right. We've got to find Reza. And if that's what it takes, then I'll do it.
Very well. Let us go then.
On our way to the crime scene, he tried to prepare me for what was to come. I had studied biology, so I was familiar with the sight of dead animals. Asking myself how similar this would be, I wondered if my reaction would be any different if it wasn't a dragon, but a human corpse I would be seeing. When we arrived, we were met by Sebastian, who gave us an overview of the whole situation.
This morning, the victim was found by a delivery flyer for a restaurant. Blood loss from multiple wounds are the likely cause of death. Forensics was already here, so feel free to poke around.
Okay, I'll get my stick. I'm sorry, I'm ruining the dramatic situation now.
So you go from ambassador to what, detective? Wow, you just got a pay grade upgrade.
A few paces in front of us, the unfortunate victim lay on the ground, covered by a sheet that concealed the body, but not the large red stain beneath. We approached while Sebastian went off to deter any curious onlookers.
I know it won't be pretty, and I'm sorry for putting you through this. But you know what's at stake here. Just remember what I told you, and you should be fine. Keyword, should.
Alright.
Are you ready?
Just do it.
Dun dun dun.
What do you think?
Well, he's definitely dead. He's dead, Jim.
Yeah. Rip.
Wow, such compassion.
I really think they should have wrote out actually rest in peace, not just R.I.P.
Yeah.
So let me do that in the proper way. Yeah. Rest in peace.
He's dead, Jim. Dead.
Let's just say this will be your test. And tell me what you can deduce from what you see. Give it your best shot.
Ooh.
Investigation starts.
Start? Oh, jeez. Are we playing Danganronpa now or something?
2 wings, 2 legs. Just like the waitress in the cafe. About as big as a human, lengthwise, if not slightly taller. The wingspan would certainly look impressive at that size.
I noticed the teeth are broken.
The wounds are kind of hard to miss. The teeth aren't broken, by the way.
Okay.
True. But what are they telling you?
Well, they obviously fought back. It's covered in blood. Oh, the wings.
They're inflicted with a sharp implement. They are clean cuts, like from a knife or another sharp instrument.
That is true, but why does this matter?
Let's see here.
Dragons don't normally use knives.
Right, because I remember at the restaurant there was no eating utensils.
Actually, we do. Mostly by those who have the proper hands to use them, but still.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then it could have only been done with someone with hands, then.
That's right. Only those of us who walk on two legs have the proper dexterity to wield the knife effectively. Most other dragons would probably just bite instead.
It was suicide because suicide.
Yeah, that's a weird option.
It's the you're I'm an idiot option.
I'm guessing what I missed is you arrived on the scene. This is what you're looking at. There's blood all over the dragon's maw. Did the
That's what
dragon
I
bite
said.
back?
Wait.
Just wait.
We'll get to that.
Of course, this rules out most of the bigger dragons and flyers. But then, Reza still has his, what was it called again?
You mean his gun?
Yeah. If it was him, why would he kill someone with a knife rather than just use this gun on him?
It makes him look cooler.
Maybe he didn't want to make any noise. He didn't want to make any noise. After all, he ran away from Maverick, trying to hide from the police. Something as loud as a gunshot would have easily given away his position and alerted others in the area.
Right. That could be a good reason.
Also, how much ammo does he have?
That too.
It's a revolver. It's a revolver, so it can be anywhere between 6 to 8 rounds. But then again, this is me being over analytical.
And
You know.
might as well.
Revolver, it only has 1 round.
Ah!
You bring a knife to a gunfight.
I've heard of a revolver with only 2 shots.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But given the design of how that particular revolver was laid out, I'd say the cylinder was 6 rounds.
Mhm.
I'd assume 6, yes.
By the way, which wound do you think was the lethal one?
Well, the one on the neck, obviously.
I would say the neck one.
Mhm.
I was thinking it was the one on the neck.
That's right. If all the blood from it wasn't a giveaway, this is a stab wound, characterized by a rather small footprint. You can tell it's also the deepest one. And from the location, it's pretty obvious this must have done tremendous damage. Now, that's a lot of damage! Ah. What else do you see?
Well, there's a lot of blood. The blood splatter suggests that.
Whoa.
Oh god, yeah.
Yes, that's just not cricket.
And of course, the suicide option's there again.
Okay. When was this game written?
Also, this isn't blood. it's totally an
Blood, it was Kool-Aid!
It's ketchup.
But
He's
I'm gonna say he died here. He died here. Also, would have been a trail we could follow. The splatters also suggest this is where they fought.
That's true.
It's Kool-Aid.
Unfortunately, it doesn't help with the determining of who the perpetrator is.
Objection!
They really put this in this game.
What? You don't just do that there.
Channeling Phoenix right much?
Excuse me?
Sorry, I just always wanted to say that, and I just put me doing the Phoenix right.
Like
Sorry.
slamming hands on desk.
No, more like the hand behind the head, smiling with the sweat drop.
Yeah.
Go on,
Ugh.
please.
Dated.
I was gonna make that joke. I'm glad I didn't.
What about the blood on his muzzle?
There we go.
You tell me.
He was drinking Kool-Aid.
He's a vampire.
Vampire.
He has come to see. Oh God! Look at these answers.
Anyways, the right answer should be obvious. He fought back. It might be the perpetrator's blood.
Yes, that is true. I expect forensics already took a sample of it, so it might actually help us determine who the perpetrator is. I think that's about everything.
Investigation over.
Did you pass?
You know what, kid? I'm impressed. Maybe we should have you around more often.
Let's go get some donuts.
You did well on the first investigation.
Hey, Chief, do you still need the witness here for anything?
Sebastian approached the dragon, who had discovered the body earlier. I recognized her as Adine. Or, indeed. Can't out proper pronounced. The waitress from the cafe. She seemed distraught, which, given the situation, wasn't very surprising.
Alright, let me try a different accent.
I don't think so. Take her to the department and get her statement written up, and that should be it.
Sure thing. Alright, miss, we're gonna have to take you to the department.
Of course.
When she spotted me, however, her composure brightened visibly.
Oh, it's the human.
Well, I'm a human.
Well, I'll call you by your name, but you never actually told me it.
It's Mel.
What are you even doing here? Do you work for the police now?
We are under attack. Protect the queen.
Raid! Raid! It's Amara! There's
so
raid.
she is going to. So she was raiding. Welcome, crew. Come on in and have a seat.
Yes. Yeah, Asso's on the job. They've been playing art.
Which is a good game to play.
Art is the best game. Very expensive game, but good game.
Yeah, you just missed the murder scene. Yes, this is all doesn't just have. Yes. God damn it, Cal. But yeah, this game has intrigue as well as dragon dating.
Yes.
I noticed that the murdered one was a Vern, so I'm guessing hopefully just a friend of Adine's, but it could even have been a family member.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it was just another Vern. Like she didn't know, or just knew because small town.
Oh, I thought Adine being the spectator, not the spectator, but witness. There we go. Being a witness, I thought that she would be like really close in the area, i.e., lived in the same place or something.
Remember, she's a delivery dragon, so she delivers by flying.
Oh, so
she's a delivery dragon and works at the cafe?
Yeah.
She delivers for the cafe. Food delivery.
Oh, she does food deliveries.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
She's dragon skip the dishes. Anyways, no, it's just a hobby.
You know what? I know what they gotta call their service. Instead of skip the dishes, it should be wing it.
Yes.
Anyways.
What do you want for supper today? Let's wing it.
Damn it.
Alright, calling up wing it.
Anyways.
So, if you don't not supposed to order the eggs, like, what's the hot wings made out of? Huh?
How much? I've done pretty much all the good endings, cut a couple bad endings. I've gotten the full ending. I've never got the secret ending. I just screw it. I'm never gonna figure out this one stupid puzzle. Who made the wicked joke? That was Dav. And I did my best to avoid as many bad endings as I could. Anyways, no, it's just a hobby.
Oh, you.
By the way, I didn't know you also did deliveries.
Well, I do a little bit of everything there. I do a little bit of everything there, Shug. Really.
Oh, that's nice. I love my scrambled eggs yesterday, by the way.
Oh, heck, glad you like it. I like so much.
Thanks, I made it myself.
Oh no! No!
Oh, that's.
Oh. Why don't you come down? Well, why don't you take our number? We can deliver something to you. Next time, if you don't want to come in.
Thanks.
Sorry.
I guess we should get going.
That was
my line.
I'm sorry.
Oh, oops. Sorry. Well, I guess should be winging it. Bye.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah, that's a thing now. Here we go.
Calvin said this is the second time he's heard Adine given a southern accent.
Well, what do we do now?
Give me a moment. I got food in my mouth.
He must be having the eggs.
Oh god!
Sorry, I didn't realize you guys would finish your conversation this quickly. Throw it off to the side. Now I need my coffee. Anyways. I suppose we'll head off too, unless... Oh, no.
What is it?
We've got a violent homicide, and of course nobody from the department tells me. I have to find out from a neighbor who wanted to ask me about it. Good thing rumors travel fast, eh? Of course nobody told you. You're on sick leave. Mandatory sick leave, might I add. I'm not here on any official capacity, you see. I'm merely enjoying a curative walk in the fresh air and happened to come across you by accident.
Yes.
Right. Do I need to rescue Aeros from Aeros? Because I have a feeling this is going to keep happening.
Honestly, I kind of like the duality.
Well, I mean, we could have either Dawn or Sky take over for Maverick.
Yeah, Sky, you haven't read anything yet. Do you want to try one of the dragons?
Are you able to hear me clearly?
You're still a little soft.
You're still quiet. No, I'm gonna boost Sky. Let's see. Say something.
Testing 193. Testing 192.
Still a bit quiet, but
Roar.
better.
Okay, I'll be Maverick.
Oh, also, Mel, Zoroark is in stream chat.
Oh, hold on. Wait, what do you... Oh, yeah, that's fine. Hold on, I'll give them... There they go. Now they have the sentence in a row, so now they can see everything. I'm surprised the stream chat showed up. Oh, you know what? I think I had changed the rules for stream chat, but it's fine though. It's fine.
Everything okay over there? I can't easily check Discord without people losing vision.
Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. Everything's good.
Alright, well, what do you want?
I don't want anything. I just find it interesting that no one tells me about this. About the prime suspect's buddy But the prime suspect's buddy can mess with the investigation. I see how it is.
I know what you're thinking, but don't jump to conclusions here.
I don't need to jump to conclusions. I think the dead body we found says it all.
Zoarark, you will actually be automatically muted if you jump into VC, as I have permission set that way. So only people with the stream guest role can join in voice. So you will be automatically muted if you join in.
Yeah, we're assigned to do the voice acting. We planned this all in advance.
That also makes me easier for me in the future when I do stuff like this.
You really have an attitude problem, you know? If you weren't on sick leave, you'd be suspended right now for attacking Mel yesterday. Do you even have any idea what kind of repercussions this could have on all of us?
Me? Attack Mel? As far as I can see, I'm the only one who's injured here. Besides, I'm so sorry for apparently being the only one who's doing his damn job. Right, let's just all sit idly by while the suspect's on the loose, planning his next move.
You know, whatever it was Reza was talking about, he was going to tell me just before you showed up yesterday.
I don't need to hear you, of all people, belittling me about this.
What's your problem? If anything, I want to find him just as much as you do.
Don't compare yourself to me. Your words mean nothing.
Enough. You shouldn't even be here, so you better get going now and get some rest before I have to take disciplinary action as well.
Fine, but when we find him, you'll see I was right. If I have to prove it myself, so be it.
Can he even just do his own investigation like that?
Well, as long as he doesn't interfere with us, we can't really stop him from doing things in his own free time.
I see. I suspect he won't adhere to the standards of performing an unbiased investigation, though.
He has already made up his mind. It's clear to me he won't be looking for facts, just for evidence to support his own view in order to prove it to us or himself. Who knows? He's always been like that, though. Always something to prove. We'll have to be careful. He'll be looking for Reza soon enough.
To be fair, I might be too if I was shot.
Yeah, and that's exactly why he would be on the case even if he wasn't on sick leave. Don't worry, though. I'm sure Reza will turn up eventually.
I surely hope so. All things considered, I had to admit that it remained a possibility that Maverick was right. But could the Reza I knew really be the murderer?
You know what? If you think of something that might help with the investigation, or if you need anything else, give me a call.
I will.
I think we're done here anyways. Let's get out of here. By the way, how do you guys think of the voice I'm providing for Bryce?
Well,
You're doing just fine.
You're the best one.
Bryce is doing. Bryce, you're doing great. The only problem was Bryce and Maverick. You didn't have enough distance. Like, you know what? We need to get something.
I'm sorry. I thought we had someone stuck for Maverick, but I didn't.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You're way louder now,
That's
Sky.
much better.
Well,
Yeah, I had to switch out my microphone, but it took a moment.
That's all right.
So yeah, I spoke louder and more angry because I know the character well.
Yes.
And I think I sold it.
Yeah, lots of people are agreeing. The voice for Bryce is great.
And
I'm not
Maverick
Bryce.
too.
Somebody said much earlier, Aeros, that you were doing a great noir investigator kind of voice.
If I can remember how to migrate back to that.
That's okay. Just the thing with voices, you just kind of have to find the right stride. But as long as we're having fun, is everyone having fun?
Oh yeah.
Keeldon volunteers to act as Maverick if need be.
I want to continue on because I know he has a good scene coming up.
All right.
Alright.
First, let me back to the apartment. I guess there really wasn't really much for me to do in the meantime, as I was spared the more arduous parts of the investigation. Maybe I should have been glad about this, though. Now I had the afternoon to fill. What should I do? So, we now have the options. We can now meet with Remy, meet with Anna, meet with Lorem, meet with Bryce, or order some lunch, which will
read a book.
Yes, let's read a freaking book. Let's read the book.
No.
Yes, read more books.
No, my question is this: do you want to do a poll in chat? Because you can now put a poll. This is where they want to go. Or since you played this before, what route do you want to take?
I don't have a proper poll thing set up for chat, but I could ask.
I have a. No, you can make polls. You can make polls in Twitch.
Yes, you can. Twitch has you can do polls very quickly. I've done it before myself.
You can do it quickly.
Just do / poll.
Do you want me to launch it?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're the mod dev, so you can do the poll. Who should we go first?
Oh,
Remy.
Mel, while that's going on, check the text chat.
Oh, sure. No, tell Mel the angel herself. If you need a nerdy voice for a dragon, let me know. Okay, I'll let you know. I'll let you know, Zoro. You just have all the bits there, Aeros.
That was my last 500 for now.
For now.
So we have Remy, Anna, Lorem, Bryce, or just get some lunch.
Oh, the poll's up, everybody. Start your votes.
Yay!
It's at the top of the chat.
See if I can see it.
If you want to throw bits, you can vote twice.
Ooh, not channel points, bits.
Well, lunch was starting to win, but now Anna's winning. Oh, never mind. Lunch is still winning. Apparently, apparently, more people are hungry.
So my question is, when you order lunch, do you know what happens?
Yes, I do.
I do.
Okay.
I voted Lorem, but people... Okay, there's 3 votes for Lorem.
3 votes for Bryce, 4 for lunch.
Because I want to hear Davwyn's voice
Did you
again.
cheer for getting some lunch?
Yes.
We want to hear Lorem again.
Well, you made him a little bit more nerdy than he is. He is, like, smart. You should see the technology he has. Spoilers.
People can also vote for Remy, because Dav was doing Remy as well.
Only one vote for the precious bean?
Yeah, only one vote for poor Remy.
There's
Why
a lot
does
of
everybody
vote
want
reading.
lunch?
I think everyone's just hungry.
I think everyone's hungry.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone's hungry.
But you got a tie
Come
between
on,
Anna.
somebody eat lunch.
Come on, we need another vote.
Girls just want to have lunch.
Change my vote. I wanted to vote for Bryce.
Oh well, your
So-
vote's stuck.
Oh no.
So,
Unless
Dev,
somebody has bits or somebody hasn't voted yet.
how long with the timer on that poll? Just asking.
almost
2 minutes.
It's almost done.
Okay.
Yeah, the line's almost gone.
Is everyone hungry for lunch?
It's lunchtime.
I'm blaming your fat fur friends here. I'm blaming your fat fur friends for this.
Well, I actually, well, okay. I mean, there's that, but there's also people who have played this before know who's coming with lunchtime as well.
Go for it.
All right, lunchtime it is.
The chat has spoken.
I remember that Adine had told me that the cafe did deliveries as well, and not having anything else better to do, I figured I should try it out. I made my order with a quick phone call, and it wasn't long before the doorbell rang. Dong.
Alright,
Well,
I'm gonna take a quick bio break.
Okay.
I will have my headphones on, so I'll be listening in.
Okay.
And don't worry, the microphone is on my desk, and I will mute it as soon as I leave. So,
okay. Yes.
He's audio only.
It sounds like an Austin Howard joke just waiting to happen.
groove it, baby, groove it.
Ah, thank goodness the mic is left. Thank goodness the mic doesn't go with them.
The chat's making me blush.
Hold on a sec. Someone's at my door.
For
Oh, well,
real?
good timing.
Do they have lunch?
Well, that was quick. As it so happened that Andine herself was stood in the doorway, dripping wet and damp containers in her grip. Guess it's raining.
Oh.
Aw, Whitberg.
Oh, it's you again.
Oh, poor sad Whitberg.
Let's see. Hey.
Well, hey to yourself. Oh, here's your order. Sorry, it got a little wet, but it should be still okay.
You're soaked. Why don't you come in?
Thanks. I was just about to ask you if I could stay for a little while. This was actually my last delivery for the day, and I live on the other side of town. It's awfully nice of you.
Of course. I couldn't let you fly back when it's this ugly outside.
Oh, it feels right at home.
It's my line.
I'm sorry, run.
To be fair, they're both yellow. They're both yellow.
I'm gold, thank you.
Gold.
Sorry.
They're both gold.
Don't you start, Deej. I swear I will sit on you.
They call her Mellow Yellow.
That's right. Quite right. I like that song.
Somebody put the Mel sunglasses blip.
I have a specific emote with that. Oh, God damn it! And you had to edit that. Anyway.
Honestly, that emote with the sunglasses looks pretty cool.
They call her Mellow Yellow.
Oh God!
Quite right.
Please, can I just continue?
I'm crazy on Saffron. Saffron's just crazy.
Yes, sitting, Deej. Yes, sitting.
Oh my.
Oh, don't you start.
Oh,
Don't.
my.
No, not that kind of sitting. Gut. Angry sitting.
It's pure.
I feel right. I feel right at home. I mean, sorry. Feel. God damn it! You got me screwed up. Feel right at home. I better eat this before it gets cold. I sat down at the table and started eating my food, while Andine decided to take a seat opposite of myself.
Well, do you like it?
Yeah, it's actually quite good.
Do you have something similar where you come from?
We do. As a matter of fact, it's almost scary how close it is to what we have back home.
Really? Well, maybe because we share a similar taste.
Oh, maybe.
Well, at least it's what I think.
So, what do you do when you aren't working in the restaurant? Do you have a family?
Well, most of the time, I just take care of my kids.
Oh, nice. How many children do you have?
Well, those aren't really my children, per se. I just take care of them.
You are more of a foster parent, then?
Well, not quite. These are orphan children that I'm talking about. I just volunteered to spend some time with them, so I'm really more of a babysitter and a teacher, all rolled in one. I really can't take them in and care for them 24/7, like a proper parent, but I would love to. I work far too much to be, a single parent. With the amount of time I spent at the restaurant, I don't think the kids would be any better off. So I just kind of help whenever I can.
Well, that's very nice of you.
Oh, thanks. Well, these kids already didn't get a very good hand in life. So I just kind of thought if I can make one little small difference for them, it will be worth it.
I see. What about hobbies? Do you have any?
Can I ask you a question for a change?
Well, can you?
Oh, you're silly. I like that.
Oh, Mel, you're like an English teacher.
Well, I don't really know much about you, actually. I'm not sure if this is anyone here who does.
Well, what would you like to know?
What did you do before you came here?
That's classified, no. Nothing really special. Nothing special, really. I mean, I have my degrees, but this is the first time I did something that was actually related to them. The work I did previously was just to keep afloat. Oh, it's too relatable.
Yeah.
So relatable. It's too real.
The pain is real.
It's too real.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Millennials even exist in dragon form. I suppose it's my turn again. So, tell me about your hobbies.
Well, the one I enjoy most is flying.
Just flying?
Well, not just flying.
I don't wear these aviator goggles just for fun, or because I'm a Digimon protagonist.
This is not just an accessory here. I do aerobatics or stunt flying, I'm doing that on and off for a couple of years now, and it really gets my blood boiling.
You mean flowing, not
Sure,
boiling.
if you get high enough in elevation, sure.
I mean, that's
Interesting. You
It's just,
gave us
maybe
a
she's
subject.
heated.
Oh.
In the heat of the moment.
thank you for the subs, O'Rourke. So, what's that?
It's the practice art of doing flying maneuvers, like rolls and spins or loops.
Yes, there's multiple. Twitter has multiple tiers for subs. There's tier 1, 2, and 3. And no, and we can't actually set the prices for each tier. It's Twitch defaults what the tier and unfortunately the most I can give for tiers is like emotes, and even that's limited. So if you're gonna sub, just sub tier 1. Just sub tier 1. You don't get any extra benefits going higher.
I'm actually hoping to be part of the competition in some time.
Awesome. Where can I watch that?
I suppose that depends on whether to be here when it takes place. It's part of a festival we hold in this town every year. Okay, since it's my turn again, well, This might be an unusual question, so when I said it was a human that could be coming here, I kind of expected something a little different.
Well, what did you expect?
not sure exactly. But I do have to say, it was humans that made us who we are today. You don't seem so different from us, though. I mean, yeah, you look different from us, you know, about the wings, the scales, but you're not really anything like some of the things I've been said about your kind.
I could say the same thing about you.
Really?
Yeah, we have plenty of myths about dragons.
Oh, like what?
God, they're just too many to list. They're just too many to list. Some of them good, some not so much, though.
Well, sounds like we have on you. Actually, now I see one of you right in front of me. It's almost silly to say some of those myths say.
Well, no matter what you might think of about humans, I can assure you that I am no way special or supernatural.
I disagree with that.
What about the rumors we were hearing about your compadre shooting shit from his arm?
What about that rumor with, like, I know humans having, like, you know, like multiple heads, like a hydra?
No, we're nothing like that. We're just space orcs, that's all.
What is
Join
us?
twins?
Space orc, you speak of.
It's the best genre that just came out.
Is it true that humans have webbed toes?
Oh, God.
So, where are your erogenous regions?
Edine is too pure to think about that.
Is it true that humans can climb up any tree?
Yeah, if anyone asks about the erogenous zones, that'd be Anna.
Okay, duly noted.
For purely scientific purposes, of course.
For scientific purposes.
Well, we heard that there was this one myth about there's this one myth that we heard about humans and their arm length, but never mind.
Oh!
This is
No,
myth
wait,
I heard
no.
about a shoe size.
No, that's feet and shoe size, not arm length.
No. The myth about why humans' arms rest where they do when they hang.
Do your arms hang low? Do they wobble to and fro?
The average human arm is precisely the exact length as their, I'll say, hip.
Yes.
Anyways.
For some reason.
Okay.
Anywho. Anywho. Why?
My queen, a new follower has come to bask in your glory.
You say you're on special? But that's just the fact you're just here with us right now is, well, really quite special to me. Well, and many others. Just try to see it the other way around.
Oh, thank you, Saturn and Quince. Thank you for the follow. Now, are you both following me, or is it just Saturn or Quince?
Saturn is the blue space pupper, and Quint, I think, is his Dalmatian.
I know. I'm just making the joke.
I think people have some sweets for this character.
Oh yeah.
And there's a reason for that.
Yes.
Sweetheart.
Well, I hope I'm doing her pretty well. I'm trying.
Yes, Nora.
I can see
what?
Adine. I have a strange request, but can you clap your hands?
Bad jokes are everyone's territory, Nora. Especially Davs and Dronons.
Yes, just see Dronon.
You know, you have a good point.
What were you thinking when you first heard about us?
I thought it was awesome.
Liar, you said you thought it was a joke.
I thought making a discovery like this was just awesome. Many people would love to have the opportunity to but
You're making strange noises. Don't all humans do that?
Mel, remember, Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Sally sells them.
Seashells. Only she says her.
Sorry, I suffer from fat tongue syndrome.
Blooper reel, go!
I thought making a discovery like this was just awesome. Many people would love to have the opportunity I had by coming here.
I see. It's not one set after all. So don't be surprised if one of us feels the same way. Oh.
And it's not just the discovery of you dragons. We found a portal to an entirely different world. We still haven't figured that one out.
Well, neither have we.
I'm sure we'll find out soon enough.
By the way, interesting selection of books you have here. Draconic Desire, Exum Sphere. Are these yours?
No, they were already here when I moved in.
Have you read any of them?
I did read Sheridan and the Scepter of Sovereignty.
Wow. Did you like it?
It was entertaining, but nothing special.
Nothing special? It's a good way to describe the entire series, actually. Oh, you got Price and Prayer. You should actually read that once.
You think so? Why is that?
Well, it's not just an interesting story. It's based on true events. The author is so right when he says there's a lot we can learn about what happened way back then.
Oh, I'll check it out when I have the time then.
Yay, more book reading.
Yeah, let me know when you do, and if it'd be interested in hearing what you have to say about it. All right. Since you asked about my family earlier, I'm going to do the same thing. Is there a Mr. or a Mrs. Mel back home waiting for you?
No, can't say there is. There's totally not a noodle dragon waiting for me back home. Totally no.
Dev, the screen went black for me.
Oh.
One sec.
Okay.
That's really annoying. Every time I get a message, I can't reply to it.
Just tell them you're busy. Just put it in busy mode and just let them sit there. The noodle feels betrayed. I did make a selection. It gave me no choice. I had to read it. I had no choice. Damn.
I like what chat did. Noodle has a whole bowl of other noodles.
I mean, I'm a half noodle.
My tail is a noodle.
Oh.
Are you a fun noodle? Okay.
Hold on a sec. I had to make my chat reply.
I'm telling Rav. So, how about a potential Mr. and Mrs. Mel then? Are you looking to date anyone?
I would be really mad if you went for a wingy instead of a noodle.
Maybe?
What does chat want? Come on, you can tell me.
Maybe there's someone.
Oh, it's a shame you can't be with them now, huh? Oh, are you talking about someone you met here?
Yes, Anna.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my!
We're gonna be pressuring Mel to death about who she should be flirting with.
Or who we should restart first, I should say.
Pick me! I can just see everybody, pick me!
So, would we happen to be someone I know?
Maybe?
Well, who is it?
I'm not sure how many questions that was, but I'm sure it's not your turn anymore.
Are we still even playing this game?
Just having fun.
You and me both.
You know, why don't we make...
Cheeky little dragon.
You know, why don't we make this a little more interesting while we're at it?
What do you suggest?
Truth or dare?
Oh no.
Oh boy, here we go.
Dragons don't know truth or dare. You're gonna set a plague upon their entire population now.
Is this a human game? What is that?
We continue asking questions, but if one of us doesn't want to answer the question, we have to do something the other person tells us to.
I don't even know what kind of dare I could make you even do.
It could be something that would make me uncomfortable, or something you'd like to see me do.
Anything?
Well, keep in mind that revenge might be coming quicker than you think. So don't ask someone for anything you wouldn't do yourself.
Got it. So, who's first?
Well, you asked the last few questions, so it's only fair I start.
All right. Oh my.
So, what's the most embarrassing thing that ever happened to you?
Let me think on this. Okay. There was this one time when I was still a teenager, I was messing around and, I want to try a new flying maneuver. A barrel roll. Needless to say, it ended badly.
Now, was it an actual barrel roll, or was it an aileron roll?
These are critical questions.
Did you hear in the background, Fox 2 barrel roll?
I guess you didn't succeed then.
Nah, the roll itself went fine. I lost control after that and plunged right into the ground.
Oh, were you hurt?
No, luckily I wasn't too high up when I did it. But there's this great puddle of mud on the ground right where I landed. Of course, all my friends were there to see it. How embarrassing.
If that's the worst she's got, then she's got it good.
That was enough to stop you from ever trying. That was enough to stop you from ever trying again.
Oh no! If anything, only made him want me to do it and try even harder. Since it's my turn now, what is your greatest wish?
Be a dragon.
This just suddenly blurts out, "Be a dragon!"
Oh, to be the best, like to be the very best, like no one ever was.
The trainer.
So no. What do people want? 1, 2, or 3?
Through the poll.
Make it a shorter one this time.
Yeah.
10 seconds. Let's go.
I should type it in first.
9,
Fine.
7, 4, 9, 32. Hike!
1 minute vote starting now.
Which one? I hope I'm doing a good job with this. I'm really trying.
No, you're doing great.
Oh, good.
Oh,
Good. No!
thank you, Zora, for the server boost. By the way,
Is there a silver boost going on?
yeah, in the stream server.
I don't. I see how the message.
Apparently it shows up on the theater entrance.
In Discord.
Oh, okay. Discord. I was looking on Twitch. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Discord.
Oh, Discord boost. I was looking for the chat boost in Twitch.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
what?
it's a tie. It's a tie. It's a tie.
I'm sure, yes. Why does this man follow such a
Okay.
For money, Caesar. He tells me he wants to
The-
die rich.
the-
Well,
the-
so he shall.
Mel, flip a coin.
The
Heads is the top one, tails is the second one.
The dice is coming out. Odds for
Okay.
peace, evens, to be the very best, like no one ever was. And I rolled a 4.
Be the very best. Like, oh, one.
Dragon Mom.
You're up there, Corgi.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the screen. I was watching the stream.
Oh.
Hold on, because that's a little bit of time. That seems to be a very personal wish, Mel.
Okay, my turn again. What would you do if you're invisible for a day?
Invisible, huh? It's a hard one. I mean, no one ever see me flying them, and I do want people, see me that. I mean, gosh, how can you see me do cool tricks?
Well, with this question, it's more like, what would you do if you had the opportunity to do something without getting caught? Like, something mischievous or criminal.
Oh, I know what I would do. I'll check out that building they found along with the portal.
Wait, what building?
Didn't you hear about that? They found a whole building along with the portal. It's actually underground, and I have it heavily guarded with a team of archaeologists working on it. Well, I think it might contain some many secrets and answers about the portal and where it came from.
Interesting. I think I'd like to check that out as well.
If you knew the world's about to end, what would you do?
Oh no. Ooh,
Last day on
no.
Earth question.
I hope my assumption about the reality of this world isn't what I think it is.
I like what chat says. I love to see a flying banana.
Well, I'll enjoy life to the fullest until the last moment. And also, reminder, no spoilers, people. I saw the exclamation mark.
Yes.
Okay, I mean I should not look at the chat. Going out the bang, huh?
I'm going in blind here, folks. So my guesses are my guesses alone. I don't know anything else.
You've been a little
I've
bit
never
too
played this
good.
game. I've never played this game before either, so I'm just kind of going by the seat of my pants.
But that last statement from her is a big oh no.
Well, if you could come back with me to my world right now, would you do it?
That's another difficult question, Of course I love a visit, maybe some sort of a vacation, but if you're talking about permanently, I'm not sure if I could just pack up and leave everything behind, just like that. Alright, so from those you have met here so far, who's the one you fancy most?
Oh no. I think I'll take a dare for this one.
Oh, finally! Oh. What am I going to have you do?
Whatever you like.
No, honestly, I have no idea.
If you're human and you know it, clap your hands.
Take your time.
Davwyn, you didn't hear it because I have Christopher on for Discord, but I clapped along with you.
Oh god damn it! Hey, you're two humans among us. You're the imposters. Sus.
Spies.
Find the alarm.
Hey, I only assumed the form of a human to blend in with the rest of the populace. Okay, calm down.
Okay, I'll accept this.
Although sometimes where my polymorph doesn't quite work very well.
All right. Let me think for a minute.
If you're dragging and you know it, wag your tail.
Wag, wag.
Wag, wag. I actually did look on my seat a little when you said that.
I made my chair slid across the room because I pushed it.
Nora,
I wag, I'll knock down a bookshelf.
Nora, I better hope that your vote for yellow isn't referring to someone who is gold, not yellow.
Still thinking over here.
It's a hard decision.
Oh, it looks like it's getting late.
Wait, what time is it? Oh, whoops! Well, I've been here longer than I thought.
So that's how you get out of your dares, huh? Oh, look at the time.
I probably should get going now.
Seems like the rain has stopped too.
Yeah, well, that's great. You know, if you want me to come over again, you just have to order anything to do it, you know?
Also, yes,
Just-
Celestial Raincorn, that is fighting words for me there.
You know how to whistle, just pucker your lips and blow.
Not like that.
I was just thinking, truth or dare? She goes, dare. And you say, make a fist.
Little bee.
Poor wyvern.
Mean, Dav, mean.
I like her wiggy boys. I'm just teasing. And wiggy girls for that matter.
I am not mustard either as a whole.
Come on now, they just poking fun. Here's my private number.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks.
Mel's not mustard. She's honey because honey's gold.
And Mel's
Orange
sweet.
juice.
Or caramel.
Focus, people.
Mel, your soggy dinner has gotten cold.
No. Earlier said we ate our food while she was sitting across from us. All right, more free time. What should I do? So
I'll do another poll.
we could get some sleep, or we can meet with the others.
Dude, more dragon
Davwyn
friends.
a chance.
More dragon friends.
Well,
Clickety clack.
We're going to vote Lorem again.
1 minute poll or 2 minute poll, Mel?
make it 2 minutes again this time.
Well, thank you for
We
having
don't
me on
have
your
very
stream
many
again.
people.
You're welcome.
This is a lot of fun. I appreciate you inviting me on here.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, now this time it counted my vote.
What now?
We're tied. It's a three-way. It's a two-way. I almost said three-way tie. Oh, Lorem's winning.
The reason backseat drivers talk so much is because it's painful.
Remy's.
Let's see our friendly dork dragon Remy. Oh.
Yay! Yes. Precious bean.
Da, 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 da.
I'm wanting Lorem's last name to be Ipsum.
Lord,
There's actually Ibsen as well.
Partner.
Yes, it's his roommate. Ibsen's the roommate.
Oh my god.
No. That's
Wait.
just me making them Lorem Ipsum.
Isn't that like a type font?
What happened was it was a placeholder because, of course, it was, but they couldn't come up with a name in time, and Lorem just kind of stuck. So
Right.
they became Lorem Ipsum.
Oh yeah, where
Okay,
Ipsen
what
is
the-
like we use for placeholders.
Wait.
Yeah, Lorem Ipsum is the placeholder for when you're just putting names. It's like Jane Doe.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know that.
Yeah. So if you're ever like
publishing
typing,
if you've got like a chunk of text, like you want to fill a paragraph with nonsense, there's this paragraph of sort of semi-nonsense Latin, and the first two words are lorem ipsum.
yeah,
I did not
it's
know
just
that.
a placeholder. A lot of times
Now
you watch
you know. .gif.
like a
Uh-oh.
major media, they'll put that in like on newspaper headings.
The more you know.
Looks like we got Remy's in the lead.
Yes.
So, the worst thing you can say to Lorem is that he's a waste of space.
So who's Remy
No, that was a clever one.
Anyways, Remy is the one we met first with the tie, you know, and the glasses.
Oh yeah, the one with the tie and the white.
That people want to.
Oh no! Well, it's a tie.
Okay, you guys have to roll the dice, I guess.
The dice is coming out.
Tiebreaker.
All
Okay,
right.
here's a non-spoiler.
Break
You
Remy's
had to
tie.
read the books to do Remy's one.
All right.
What's it, Mel?
I am rolling a d20 this time. And it's a 6, so it's Lorem. Since Remy is the first choice.
Lorem it is.
I'm sorry, the dice has spoken.
Oh, hail the dice. The dice has spoken. Whoa.
Meet with Lorem.
All praise the tetrahedral.
It's about face.
Praise Helix.
Oh,
How do dragons sit in those chairs?
Stop!
okay.
Stop!
Stop being so accurate.
Yeah.
My tail hurts just thinking about it.
I mean, think about it. Backgrounds cost a lot of money to make. I guess it's a lot easier just to use, you know.
Those are custom made for the game.
Wait, really?
Yes.
So why didn't the person think of making dragon?
You're looking in the future. Dav is way too smart for this game.
Just suspend your disbelief. Just suspend your disbelief.
I just have to use stock
reality and
photos.
substitute my own.
Well,
Yes.
I went to the bar Lorem had suggested as our meeting place. When I looked around, I saw Bryce sitting at a table, talking to someone I couldn't see. I lingered on him for a second, but soon spied Lorem in the corner of my eye.
Oh, there you are.
Hey, Lorem.
It's good to see you. I thought you might not show up.
Oh. Am I late?
Oh, no, not at all. I got here early.
I'm kind of surprised you wanted to meet me here. Don't take this the wrong way, but are you even old enough to drink?
What are you talking about? Oh, I see. I can assure you I'm a fully grown adult. My species don't get much bigger than this. Speaking of which, are you fully grown yet? How big do humans usually get, and how do you stack up, comparatively speaking?
Davwyn is perfect for this role.
Oh, and you mind if I took some notes? And thank you.
Before we get to that, you haven't even told me yet what exactly all this is for. Are you sure you're not a reporter?
If I was, Sebastian wouldn't let me meet you in the first place.
And I thought the uniform was just a clever disguise.
It's real, though. Sebastian knows that I work for the local post office.
Excuse me, but this doesn't really tell me anything about why I'm here. You're a postman who wants to interview me for what exactly?
Sorry, I guess I got ahead of myself there. Maybe a full introduction is in order. And after that, if you still decide whether or not you want to go through with this or not.
Oh no, Lorem is a social media influencer.
Alright, sounds good to me.
I recently graduated from college with a degree in computing and moved here with a good friend of mine.
What did I just say?
This town doesn't exactly offer the best opportunities for my degree to good use, though.
Gee, you don't say!
That sounds familiar.
That sounds familiar, like...
My 8 licenses and certifications.
Then why move here in the first place?
Living in the city was very expensive. I can always move later when I get a job there. I've got other plans right now, though.
Yeah, it really hits so close to home again.
Oof.
working on a video game.
It's called Humans in Domiciles. Or Humans in Houses.
Humans in households.
Humans in Households.
Humans in households. Roll to avoid an argument.
Epic fail. Now the whole house is yelling at each other.
A video game? Sounds interesting.
Exactly.
No, it's called Dragon Sims.
Video games and computers are just starting to catch on in places like this town. Making a good content will be very important to give a good first impression. And humans have always been part of our media. Books, movies, and now games. With you on our side, this could be an amazing opportunity.
Well...
Oh, maybe this wasn't such a good idea after all.
Well, why is that? Why?
I don't know. You don't seem so thrilled about doing this anymore. Besides, your job must be very stressful, and you're probably already in the spotlight all the time. And now, to top it all off, you got some postman harassing you for an interview. If you wanted to leave, I'd get that.
Stay. We're staying. Well, I'm already here and have nothing else to do, so let's make the most of this.
Oh, yes! Thank you!
And suddenly he turns lively.
At least I won't have to be careful now. With a reporter, I had to worry about things being misinterpreted or being taken out of context. And then suddenly I'm accused of misconduct with some lady dragon or something.
Yeah, that usually happens.
You guys don't know what cancel culture is, right? Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, I went there.
That came after the game was made.
Yep.
I know. Yep.
You should still be careful. What you tell me will influence how your entire species will be represented in my game, though.
Boy, can we ray trace you?
Don't worry, though. I'll treat this delicate matter with the required finesse.
I'm sure of it.
How should we do this? Let me think.
Why do you want to make this game in the first place?
I've always wanted to make a video game. I've had this idea for a while, and it seems right now is the best time to do it. It's almost as if you arrived in the perfect moment.
I don't know. Don't you think my visit will overshadow your efforts? People may not be so interested in playing a game about humans anymore if they have had a real one show up.
Good point. But the vast majority won't get to meet you personally anyway. If I say I did a model, or if I say I did and modeled the humans in the game after you, people would flock to it to get a similar experience.
Does this mean I'm going to be your game's mascot?
Viral marketing campaign.
I guess you could say so.
Okay, but why focus on humans? What makes us so important?
If there's one thing that people love, it's humans. It doesn't matter if they just see them in media or believe them as mythological creatures.
So that they enjoy the scenes where we do our taxes or something?
Where we?
I would probably actually watch a video game of a dragon doing his taxes. So probably.
I mean, Davwyn, didn't you have like a Doom modifier watching a dragon run around Doom just kicking butt?
Yeah,
that was a dragon kicking ass.
I really like this blue Davwyn character in this game.
Yeah, if you colored him red, he basically would be me, minus the ear.
Yeah. And Davwyn, you have like really good matchups with the characters, because I'm speaking from experience.
I mean, Davwyn,
I think my Lorem voice is pretty good too.
Dragon doing his taxes.
This is world building.
This is art.
For me, humans are always real. For me, humans were always real. I just didn't know whether I'd get the chance to meet one myself. I guess I can cross that one off my bucket list.
You're not a humankin, are you?
Pounce on him, switch bodies now.
Find out he has a human Sona named Trevor.
At least it won't be a human Sona named Chad.
Oh.
Knowing how we name ourselves as dragons, it would be something strange, like Frederick or Marshall.
What would be the equivalent of a sparkle dog for human Sona?
Someone with purple hair.
Any teenager that wears the bedazzle things on their shirts and thinks that wearing bunny ears is a hot thing to do in middle school.
Actually, I just realized what the equivalent would be. I really hope this isn't too soon, everyone, but David Bowie.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a sparkle dog.
Yeah.
See, that a Bowie is a Bow Wow.
Oh god. Anyways.
Bow Wowie. Now that we're here, I can tell you that no expense will be spared at making our portrayal of humans as accurate as possible.
You certainly seem passionate enough about this.
For good reason. I just love humans.
If you say it like that, it actually ends up sounding pretty weird. Besides, what if I turned out to be a horrible person? What would you think about humans then?
It wouldn't really change anything, because I wouldn't base my opinion of an entire species on the interactions of a single individual.
Imagine the start of the game having one of those customer character customization things, except they know nothing about human anatomy and ratios.
So it would be the Oblivion character creator then.
Yeah, I was going to say Arnold Schwarzenegger's arms, Steve Urkel's head, Mary Teresa's legs, Mary Poppins' waist.
Clothing that is not symmetrical.
So you mean 80s?
Yeah.
Yes, right. I mean 80s.
Then, what is your current opinion of us based on?
Just a few myths that we have of previous portrayals of humans in our media. But I suppose that's why we're talking with you right now. I want the truth, and all of it.
Oh, Kilton said, no, it would be as bad as Ark Survival Evolved character creator, which I don't know, so I can't say anything.
Queen, a new follower has come to bask in your glory.
Ice Wolf, thank you so much for the follow.
Come to think of it, your character is still wearing the same clothes they've been wearing for the last 2 days now.
And you stink. Oh boy.
Well, we're assuming that
every dragon in within a 40-meter radius of you are all going.
We're assuming we brought a change of clothes, and there is a shower in the home we're living in.
Yes.
Do dragons need showers?
No, we're going to ignore certain aspects of the bathroom, which would make things more complicated. But let's move on.
It's called the Squatty Potty.
Telling you,
I have done my research. A squat toilet would work perfectly for all creatures of all types, including dragons.
telling you all of it might not be such a good idea.
Oh yeah, I guess that would take a lot more time than we have today.
Anyway, what's the actual game about? What do you do? Oh god, the Sims joke. It's right on.
Oh my gosh, you were spot on with that joke.
I forgot.
It's a community simulation game. It starts with the player character moving into a procedurally generated community, in which is inhabited by all kinds of mythical creatures, humans included.
I wonder what they consider other mythical creatures in a dragon world.
I want to know too.
A zebra.
Well, no, I mean, if you think about it, if they're human-based...
Mythical...
like,
giraffe, a zebra.
A grizzly bear.
Mythical creatures like humans.
Humans, the Slender Man, fairies, basically anything human.
Yeah, mer people.
Not only are the towns you move into unique, but the inhabitants are too. There are a variety of traits you can get that are randomized, both in looks and personality.
This kind of sounds like RimWorld.
There are many things you can do, but it's very open-ended, and you can live your life there however you want to.
You can also trap people in walls.
In a swimming pool?
Swimming pool, if you're sadistic.
Stop resisting.
Oh god!
I remember trapping people. I remember trapping all my neighbors between two panes of glass.
God, I'm remembering a
They
video.
can look outside. They can look to the outside world and go, "Help us!" And people go, "Oh, that looks neat."
Have any of you seen the Sims video where someone did a Sims survival?
Survival.
Like, remember that old show Survival?
Like, oh, Survivor.
Survivor, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, someone did that with The Sims, though, with less voting out and more, whoever died was the one who lost. Then move on to the next round.
Can I give a one quick tangent story?
Sure.
My first experience of The Sims, me being the bug magnet I am.
Of course.
Like everybody, I tried to play The Sims legit. Like, first time, you crack the game open, you try to play it for real, because that's usually most people's first way of trying to play the game. My very first day, the kitchen set on fire, so I lost most of my stuff. And then that very night, a robber broke into my house. I'm like, wow, this game's brutal. But what happened is I was trying desperately to wake my Sims up while the robber was robbing my place blind.
Mm-hmm.
It took them forever to get out of their damn bed. So by the time they finally got into the living room, I gave up waiting for my Sims to call for the police because they wouldn't move fast enough. Paused the game and went into build mode just as the burglar picked up and stole the TV. I built a wall, I built 4 glass walls around him and unpaused the game. My Sims ran into the living room, stood there staring at the burglar for a while, then sat down and watched him as if they were watching TV. The police arrived. They also sat on the couch and watched the burglar as if they were watching TV. They stayed there for 2 days, left, and my Sims from that point forward literally made it a regime that every day they'd sit down on the couch and just stare at the burglar as if they were watching TV, with the burglar just spinning in circles.
Ruleless security system.
Oh, wow.
The entire time, 24/7, the burglar's just spinning like a top trying to get out. That was my first experience of The Sims. I was like, okay, this is one of those games.
Anyways. That sounds interesting.
It is. At least, I hope others feel the same way about it.
What other mythical creatures are there besides humans?
Yes, Yeah, thank you for asking.
Yay.
I haven't worked that out yet, but humans alone would give us a lot of material to work with. Tell us what? Tell us what?
How so?
Thank you.
The question of the mythological human can be tackled in a variety of ways. There are many different interpretations of what humans are like.
For example, I mean popcorn too.
That's okay, you're at the bar. It adds to the atmosphere.
In general, the mythical human can be divided into 3 categories. Firstly, the human as a physical creature. Secondly, the human as a non-physical entity. And thirdly, the human as a spiritual being. I think he's referring to humans, ghosts, and souls.
And fourth, a stream
Okay.
bean.
Let's start with the physical aspects.
Sure. Since one of our myths tells us that the human who... Let me read ahead. Sure. Since one of our myths tells us that the human who created us eventually turned into a dragon, there is a lot of room for interpretation as to how similar humans actually are to dragons. Oh god, my theory is becoming true and I'm getting really worried.
Wait, did you just say the human invented them and they turned into a dragon?
The human who created us eventually turned into a dragon. They were
That's-
created.
Oh,
Which
that's
means
interesting.
my theory is definitely starting to become true and I'm getting worried.
You serious? I've not played this game at all. It
I'm
sounds like you're
really
good at making
curious
theories.
what it is.
Keep your theories to yourself, or DM Sky and it privately.
You can't PM because it'll black the screen.
I know, but later.
I kind of like what chat is saying. I heard this thing called a lusty or growing a maid.
I think that's
Okay.
Well,
Go ahead, Chat.
MC? What does MC mean?
main character. And sadly,
main
no.
character.
Which makes me sad. I mean, I
Draggy
want...
Draggies. Draggy Draggy.
Honestly, I like transformation too. I would like that idea, but aw.
I can see you don't have wings, but most of us are able to create. But most of us are able to create fire in some way. At least have a breath weapon. How about you? Hey, I thought you said that they didn't have breath weapons.
Okay, I forgot. I thought they didn't. It's been a while.
As far as I know, it was never used in the plot.
Yeah.
It was never used in the plot.
That's
So
that.
so they do have flame sacks.
Oh, that's not.
Oh.
No. Well,
Look at his chest. Do you see flame sacks there?
God, stop.
I'm assuming for the first one.
So there's. I don't have a breath weapon unless you count my morning breath. I can rub 2 sticks together to make fire. Does that count? And of course, I can also move things with my mind. So I'm going with the first one.
Hey there, Paula.
Hi, Paula.
I don't think that counts.
No, I'm going to
Paula.
have to get that pick. Oh no. Which pick? Which pick? Which pick are you referring to?
my.
Which pick are you referring to?
Is there a saucy dragon pick I have to see now?
A dragon chef? That sounds fun.
It is a bit strange, though, because our myths you also say that you gave that ability to us.
Interesting.
Maybe it's meant to be taken literally, meaning when that ability was given to us, you lost it.
Or maybe we never had it in the first place. Humans are known to have created a lot of things out of nothing. After all, we only need to discover how to create and use fire, because we didn't have a natural ability to do so. We have a proverb that sums this up pretty well.
Oh, what is it?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
So a lack of natural abilities drove innovation forward. What an interesting thought.
Here's another thing. You may have many different images of humans, but in the end, only one can be right. It's also possible that what you have been led to believe about humans doesn't exactly refer to us at all.
Are you implying that you aren't a human?
No, I'm a Klingon.
Kabla.
Kapla.
Yes, who did the Yeti?
No, I'm just saying that if you really had been in contact with humans before, as your myths imply, they wouldn't need to belong to the same species as me, and thus be very similar to myself. If they aren't, then either they weren't humans at all, or have very different origins.
So you say there's a possibility that our humans and your humans may be something different altogether.
Yes, like maybe you encountered space orcs.
I suppose you're right you are right in the way that our images of humans are very inconsistent. They certainly can't all be humans in the way that we refer to a single species. The name should probably be reserved for yours. And we haven't even touched on the other two categories of humans.
Okay, what did you call them again?
Non-physical human entities and spiritual humans.
What's the difference?
Honestly, the definitions get a bit muddied there. Going by conventional belief, a ghost could be a human who has died and thus changed into a different form. We would call this a spiritual human. An angel, on the other hand, would be classified as a non-physical entity.
Okay, who taught you guys Christianity? Who?
Angels actually exist in 4 different religions.
Yep.
I think it's 4, and there could be even more. But yeah, angels exist in multiple religions.
Depends on how many fragments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And how you define
in most religions, angels look like Sphinx.
What does
Like
like
good over there?
Yep.
Including Christianity.
drink?
Christianity originally used to say angels literally looked like, well, cats with human faces.
Fuck, right now, I didn't
Can you
recall my
imagine
law.
all your loved ones being cats with their human face, romping around?
Just don't let a stripey meow. I'll learn this.
Sorry.
I'll get there.
The stream's got a blank for just 1 second. I gotta see who's pinging me.
Ping,
I'm okay.
ping, ping.
I'm okay.
ping.
It's like,
Zorak, please use the Twitch chat because I can't keep looking over here.
yeah.
If you
Colonel-
have to.
got caught a little bit caught there.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh shit. But no, if you have to use the whisper in Twitch. For some reason, I almost called Twitch Twatter. I don't know why.
I keep calling Twitch Twitter, and I keep calling Twitter Twitch. So
No, use Twatter. That's not Twitter. It's Twatter.
That's almost bad.
What do you know about angels?
angels basically look like humans, but with wings. Their existence in ancient scripts was used to lend some credits to the theories about humans having become dragons.
I guess they haven't seen the
Okay.
angels that are essentially flaming wheels with eyes, are the ones that look like a Dark Souls boss.
Mhm.
My theory is basically screaming at the top of the hills now.
You're gonna have to PM to me that once we're done with this section.
Because of the
Yes.
wings?
Exactly.
But some of your dragon species don't have wings either.
Yes. As I said, once you start delving into that kind of stuff, it starts becoming all very convoluted.
When we met, you also told me something about a four-headed human.
Right. With that, we'd go into the realm of creatures that just don't make much sense at all.
Oh, Keldon wants to hear your theory too.
Mm-hmm.
Dev. Later,
Okay.
later after this, what we should be hitting. We will reach the end of this chapter soon, and then that's when we'll call it a stream, because it's starting to get there.
Yeah.
Having 4 heads just seems unlikely from an evolutionary perspective.
So that means there's no hydras in the dragon world either. That would be sad.
Or rats. That might not really matter if we're talking about a non-physical entity or a spiritual being, though.
Mm-hmm.
So in the end, you have a lot of different ideas whose only connection to each other is that you use the word human to describe them in some way.
And they share at least some basic characteristics. You fit those as well, by the way.
What are they?
You certainly are not reptile like us, but you also don't look like a conventional mammal either.
We are mammals, though.
Technically.
Yes, but you're so different from other mammals we know. Ultimately, you are quite unique. We don't know any other sentient mammals.
You've got a point there, I'll give you that. And also, I'm pretty sure the proper term is actually sapient, not sentient.
They'd have different meanings. Sentient means that you are capable of thinking and are self-aware. You, or more specifically, you have the power or theory of mind. Whereas sapient, if I remember right, means that you are just simply self-aware. The two go hand in hand, but they are separate things.
Think of a Venn diagram.
I always thought sentient is your thinking, feeling being, and sapient is the self-aware one.
That's right. That's the way around it is. Yes.
So we consider animals sentient to a degree, but they're not sapient for the most part. Well, so even that's starting to blur the line.
That's been rapidly unraveling now that there's like 7 species that has passed the self-awareness test now.
Mm-hmm.
So ever since they fixed it, since it wasn't so that it's no longer human biased.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Well, even then,
cats have made it into that group now with dogs, which we, for the longest time, declared they were not self-aware.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, I could have told you that one of ours 3 that cats are very self-aware.
Yeah, they messed up for the last 3 centuries. We messed up doing the mirror test.
Mm.
Strangely enough, we have plenty of human-like creatures in our mythologies as well.
Oh, do tell.
You already mentioned ghosts, but some other ones include dwarves, giants, fairies, and blemmies?
Blemmies?
Blemmies.
I've never heard of blemmies. What are blemmies? Quick,
Yes.
tell us what blemmies are.
Okay, Google the fastest.
Who can Google the best?
Google race, Google race, Google race.
Even then, here we go.
Never heard that term.
I think I've heard of most of those before, but what is blemmy?
Essentially, a blemmies is a human without a head. Wait a minute, don't they mean
That's called the French Revolution.
Oh! I thought
Nailed it.
I thought the human with a head started with a D.
Decapitated?
Not
It's
that.
decapitated.
Not that. No.
Yes, that starts with a D. Good job,
it's
Dronon.
a duh.
Super haircut.
It's a it's a duh. It's duh something.
Okay, so here we go.
My queen.
The
a new
term
follower has
lemmy.
come to
Turn.
Why?
The term lemmies is a demonym employed by Greeks, Romans, and possibly Egyptians to denote Eastern desert people who appeared in written sources from the 7th century BC until 8th century AD.
Wait, really?
Huh.
Yes, Dullahan. That's the word I was looking for. Dullahan.
Okay,
Anyways,
lesson learned.
Also,
Let's keep going.
I'm probably gonna mispronounce this, but Fahalren, thank you so much for the follow.
A human without a head. How would that work? How would they eat?
Instead of a head, they just have all their facial features on their chest. Oh, it's that kind of... Right.
Oh.
Ew.
I forgot about that little tidbit.
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
That's a rather weird mental image.
Yes. Some people are really creative.
You like kappas? Teapot heads.
There are also a lot of half creatures that share some characteristics with humans and other animals. Oh, and there's furries. But we don't talk about them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's furries, but we don't talk about them. Like merhumans?
Now, please tell me your merhumans are the human half on top and the fish half on bottom, and not the other way around.
Oh
Yeah,
no, that's
we
the
just
other
do
way
them.
around.
We just do. For us. It's human on the right side and fish on the left side.
Oh God. Sure. Lastly, there are creatures that are said to be able to shapeshift into human form. And the other way around.
Shipshift?
Yes, shapeshift. Strangely enough, some of our dragon myths said they could shapeshift into humans, or that certain countries' royalty are descended from dragons.
That would imply that we are genetically compatible with humans.
Don't get any ideas there, Lorem.
Dun, dun, dun.
6 months later.
I guess.
Apparently.
You want apparently? Sure, we'll go with apparently then.
Sounds rather outlandish if you ask me. We certainly can't shapeshift like that.
Are you sure?
To be fair, I never tried. Hang on. ... Did it work?
Nope. Steal a dragon.
Aww.
Oh, look at the sad face.
Yes.
Anyway, how come you know so much about myths?
All part of being an ambassador. Not only did I learn about dragon myths in order to compare them to what you're like, but I also study myths about creatures that are similar to humans, so I could find out how similar they were to yours.
Well, I guess you're doing an excellent job so far, but it's bound to help me a lot with my game as well.
You're gonna put all that into the game?
Let's just say it gives me some excellent material to work with. Seriously, just erase or make them red with yellow in the front, and you've got their world version down
I
there.
said so.
Also, Keldon said, Lorem, oh yes, my OC love fic is totally plausible.
Oh gosh. They have this in...
I thought you wanted to give an accurate portrayal of humans, not just collect myths.
One species will certainly be modeled after you, but it doesn't mean we can't introduce some variety with the others.
Ooh.
People will love it if we also bring in some more of the unusual myths to life.
Again,
I was wondering about that.
again, just
no,
don't,
no. He's got a point.
just don't bring the human tar to life. I see.
Human on the top and human on the bottom.
There's a Woody Allen short story where he talks about mythological animals, and he says the great roe is a mythological beast with the head of the lion and the body of a lion, but not the same lion.
Anyways, but since we want to reach the normal human characters to be unique, I'd like to know about how much variety there really is within your species. I've seen Reza before, so comparing him to you already gives me a bit of an idea, but how far do these differences go exactly? When we arrived here, you asked me if I was old enough to drink. That leads me to believe that your average human must be a lot taller.
That's true. You could say Reza would be about average for an adult. Not that it would be impossible to get a good deal bigger than him, or even smaller than you, but those cases are rather rare, and usually the results of medical conditions.
I see. Oh, I see.
Well, for one, Reza has a fucking gun. Damn it, with the gun again!
Our humans is flame sacks.
No, that's where we keep our flame sacks.
That's gonna
They
be.
keep their flame sacks in their arms. Interesting.
Oh god, is that gonna be the running joke for this now?
Probably.
Flame sacks.
Yes. Well,
You're gonna be really mad at somebody and go to punch them, and they're gonna say, and you're gonna have Bryce look at you and say, "Put your gun down." What about colors? Are there humans who are blue like me?
Only
just a blue man group.
only if they
Only 3 humans.
They call
well,
themselves a blue man group.
well, no. I was gonna say only if you drink a certain substance which you shouldn't be putting into your body.
Yeah, silver chloride.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
Not really. There is certainly a spectrum of skin colors that can be lighter or darker, but so far I've seen a lot more variety in the dragons here. We do have we do have quite a number of different eye colors, though.
Interesting.
As for things that aren't immediately visible, we also have different blood types, but I assume you know about that.
We certainly have those as well.
Some people even believe your blood type influences your personality.
That, on the other hand, is news to me.
Anything else you want to know?
We have already got so much. I'll have to think about it, and if we can work all this into the game.
Have you worked on any other games before?
I worked on a few small projects during the course of my studies, and also interned at a studio before. This is on a completely different level, though.
How so?
It's my game, so I'm the one who's calling the shots here. It's very different than just making a few graphics when you're part of a bigger team, for sure.
I see. How long exactly have you been working on this?
Phew, must be several months now. I've got everything planned out, and a lot of the groundwork has already been done. The most difficult thing are the characters themselves, and to make sure that all the details are accurate.
Of course. Have you shown the game to other people yet?
Sure. Feedback is a very important part of the development progress, so I regularly gather ideas and opinions from others. I even made a website to do this.
Pulls out laptop.
And what did they say?
All kinds of things, really. Sometimes it's hard to decide which ones are a good point and which can be discarded.
I say if the grammar is terrible, disregard it.
Overall, it seems that many people are looking forward to play my game, though.
How many were we talking about?
Oh, I don't know exactly. The counter on my website only tracks the number of visits, so I don't actually know how many different people there are.
This confirms they have internet.
What if it doesn't work out?
Well, what do you mean?
Well, you're investing a certain amount of time and money into making this game. Ideally, you would want to make back your investment and hopefully get some profit on top of that.
If the goal is to make money, sure. However, I just want to try my hand at doing something like this. If some people are going to enjoy the end result, well, that's great.
That's a healthy attitude.
Don't forget that I'll also have made something that put my name on my resume, or something that I made that I can put on my resume. At the very least, it'll have been for a very good learning experience.
This is the author talking to himself about AWSW.
And about all the bad feedback.
With that attitude, I suppose you really don't have anything to lose.
I can always look for another job, and maybe I'll end up working at a game studio. But I think once I've started doing something like that, I might not get this opportunity again.
So it's now or never, huh?
In a nutshell, yeah.
And that all works out for you? That all works out with your career job?
Sure. I can support myself this way, and I'm not really under any pressure, since I don't have any deadlines to keep.
Seems like you know what you're doing.
I'd like to think so.
What kind of tools are you using to make it? If I considered what some of your species look like, I'm having a hard time imagining how the bigger ones could program a game.
He tells you he's using Unity, or he heard of a software called Unity. Don't.
No.
Don't
Stay away.
Don't bad hand Unity too badly. Come on.
Oh, come on. Unity deserves being a punching bag for what they do. While we do have devices tailored for each individual species, I can't deny that my dexterous hands make it a lot easier compared to some of the others.
Oh my.
One downside is that I have to keep my nails short, or else using a keyboard gets a bit cumbersome.
I imagine you'd have to be careful with those while working as a courier anyway.
You're right about that. One wrong move and suddenly you shredded a letter that you're just going to hand to someone.
That sounds unpleasant.
Luckily, that kind of thing doesn't really happen to me anymore.
Implying that he's done it before.
Not only because of my shorter nails, but because once you've worked for a while, you just learn to be more careful. It's a bit sad to have them as
Not
a
have
natural letter. Oh, thank you. It's a bit sad to not have them as a natural letter opener anymore, though. And it's just not this. And it's not just for me. Some people ask me to open their letters for them, since doing that on their own can be difficult for some of the less dexterous or older ones.
How about you use your horns or your wingtips? Have you been working as a courier for long?
I just got this job a few months ago, but I had a part-time summer job at the post office when I was growing up. My species is perfectly suited for the job, so they were glad to have me on board.
I can see why.
Well, of course. Being able to fly is a big plus. My size means I can't deliver any big packages, but I often get assigned to urgent letters that have to be delivered as soon as possible.
I had a story written of Sky just like this, except it was for airlines.
Huh. It's getting late. Maybe we should leave that for another day.
Yeah, I should probably head back to my apartment before it gets too dark.
I got more than enough material to work with. Thanks a lot.
Don't worry about it. I'll just consider it a public service.
Honestly, I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity, especially after nearly getting denied by Sebastian when I met you.
Just make the best of it.
I certainly will.
I really have to get going now, so maybe I'll see you some other time.
Sure. Have a good night. I keep
care.
waiting to does he actually just walk on two legs, or is he just
Take care.
reared up for the purposes of talking to your character?
I believe he walks on two legs.
Hmm.
He'd be the first to be like that anthro.
And here it is, Chapter 2.
Look at those stars.
Yep, no
That's
pollution
me.
blocking it.
Mm-hmm.
Duty.
Tarot card. Duty.
So you said Lorem was a Kickstarter reward, right?
Yep.
Like, that is really awesome.
Wait,
Whoever
that's
added him.
save. Right. I had to press escape to actually save. So we are going to call it here because it's Chapter 2, and this is a good place to stop.
Indeed.
I mean, we had a lot of adventures tonight, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed that, and I'm really glad I played Lorem because I've never used that voice before.
And it was a
I
perfect
didn't know I
fit.
could.
It was a good voice. You did
You
well.
know,
The character just fits you just way too well.
I went slightly nasally and then realized that I could actually squeeze my throat tighter to make my voice go up an octave. And I was like, "Oh, didn't know I could do that."
That's a good
I might
point.
actually use that. I might actually use that more often.
Hey Mel, Keelan's
Yep.
asking, when's the next time you'll be streaming this again?
Well, that's the question. I know Dav said he's available tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure Saturday evening will probably be a good time. But what about you guys?
Oh, let's see.
I'm
Tomorrow evening?
Let's see. Tomorrow evening for myself would probably be about the same time.
Mhm.
Well, you're on the other coast, and you're 2 hours behind me, so it'll be 6 o'clock the Pacific time. There'll be 8 o'clock Central time, and there'll be 9 o'clock Eastern time, right?
Yes. I had to think about that for a second.
Yeah.
There's a small chance I might have to duck out around 11:30 p.m. Central, but
Mhm.
that's a random factor at this point.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be doing a dual stream with Time Twister tomorrow night, so I already have commitment.
All right.
Yeah.
So what about
I can assume that my characters are off in the hinterlands there and may
True.
not return for a while.
True. And what about
So-
Saturday?
I'm available Saturday.
And same, it would be the same time since I have DD during the day, and honestly, for me, during the day, I don't get as much privacy, anyways.
Yeah.
Actually, Saturday would actually be a bit better for me because I don't have to worry about getting up early in the morning to go to work.
Well, nice. You have the day off, huh?
Nice.
Yeah, I have Sundays off.
And
well, Saturday sounds pretty good for most people during the afternoon.
I just,
well, I said evening, but like the same time evening. What about you, Corgi?
Let's see here. Saturday should be okay since I don't have anything planned for Saturday per se. But yeah, it should work out.
How about
I always think with the time difference, it should be okay.
Yeah. What about
was it Kilden? Was it Kilden that went with my theory as well, Sky?
Yep.
Yeah.
And me, Dev.
Yes, I'm curious as well.
Oh, you too, Don?
Yes.
And and Eros?
Yep.
So you have lots of people.
You realize I cannot confirm your theory even if you get it right.
Well, same here.
Yeah, I'm curious too.
I had to send Kildeen a friend request to be able to say it once to everybody in one go.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna quickly share something too, because it's an older pick, and it's still safe for work. Ish. It does approach the border, but my friend this is what my friend Deej was thinking. If I can,
it should be fine as long as the bits and pieces are covered wherever it is.
So Aeros, Dawn, Dronon, and Sky all also wanted to know what my theory is.
Yes.
Confirm. Oh, that's a clever way of doing it.
And
okay, and
so where is
right, I have this. Hold on, it's come on, reshape for me, please. Reshape for me.
Are those your flame sacks?
Yes.
I approve of this.
Yes, those are the flame sacks. It's not. It was something he drew before, but it was based on a past silly joke about testes on on non-anthro dragons.
No, flame sacks makes really more sense now.
So yes, that's
screenshotted it. Thank you.
Oh god. So yes, that's what Deej thought when we were talking about flame sacks.
I approve. Well, before we go, can we let people know who else streamed?
Yeah. Who else streamed what?
Like his stream and.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, yeah, we did that earlier, but if we want, we can do it again too. We can SO everyone again, or just share the streams. Like everyone here can link their streams in the chat if you want.
I got to duck out, but thank you everyone. You've both been wonderful company.
All right.
Yeah, I think good job.
Yeah. And the hilarious part was after we got our characters assigned to us, I was thinking about it throughout the rest of the day at work, going, how the hell am I going to work with this? I never really thought about trying to figure out Bryce's voice.
Your natural voice just worked.
Yeah, it just worked.
But I think I did good as Angry Face, but you still did good on both of them.
Also,
okay, I did my typey types.
And also, before everyone leaves, I do plan on reading someone, and you know what? Since we have a lot of people, and I see they're streaming, we're going to raid time. We're going to invade time stream.
We're gonna raid the Twister.
Yes, we have time.
I've seen that movie.
1 sec. Let me get past the advert and tell you if it's good. I'll tell you when it's good. The best opportunity to raid.
Yep.
The advert leaves me alone.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the
game again.
I'm waiting for the advert to go away too.
He is currently in VR, and he hasn't even started the map yet. So this is an excellent time to raid him.
All right, We're raiding.
Raid!
Mel, thank you so much, and I guess I look forward to doing this again Saturday.
Yeah.
And I do have to extend my thanks to Dav for giving me this opportunity to hop in. I still feel really humbled at the fact that you specifically pointed me out on this.
Well, honestly,
you do an awesome job as the narrator. You're awesome.
I mean, like, we started doing the monster game, and you were really good as the narrator. And credit is credit due.
Especially with the fucking improv piece that we did, the fucking uwu one.
Oh my! There's no.
Uwu nuzzles your chest. What the fuck? Who the hell was this?
Oh no! I just love there's no more core going. So.
Anyways, see y'all next time. I've been Mel. I'm your host Mel, and of course we've had everyone else. And yeah.
And don't forget about CoconutCorgi's channel too.
Oh.
Yes. Anyways, see you at Time's channel. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, folks.
Okay, there we go. I clicked. I clicked raid.
Yeah, and make sure that you're click you're offline.
Yep,
the end of the stream.
I'm about to. I'm trying to.